My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system, which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com.
This is a video captured at 7:53 a.m. on March 5th, 2022.
It is 7:52 in the morning, and I want to reveal what is, first of all, this is demonic, as I've already shown you, with regard to what is the light source that is remaining over me. This is a method of what is stalking with light. Stalking with light is conduct that is demonic. All right, it is also, again, referred to as what is, if you want to just refer to this in the secular, it is a scientific impossibility with what I've documented following remaining over me, and this is for the duration of the day, and this is for documentation that is over a term of years. Keeping a light source over me, and this is anywhere that I'm going, any direction that I'm going, and for however long I remain at a particular address. All right, I've seen all the ways in which you're seeing what is not possibly the sun. I want to show it's 7:52 a.m. right now. It's 7:53 a.m. I'm at the, I've taken many pictures of this so you can see what is, regardless of what time, as I'm walking the same direction north on Euclid Avenue, and the light source keeps in alignment with me. This is the intersection of I Street and Euclid Avenue. This is a third party that is monitoring with a minor and a child. You're going to prosecute the people for this tactic. This is federal group stalking and monitoring, not only sexually violent, it's terrorism. And the people of the state include children in that pattern of conduct, including, remember, in private spaces, they engage in this pattern of conduct as well. They're engaging in criminal activity with those on behalf of the government, including those under the age of majority. What I want to show, though, is this is the light source that's remaining in alignment with me. This demonic activity, this is revealing what is the demonic. You're understanding the presence of Satan through people, demon-possessed, the presence of Satan through the environment. That's how you have this ongoing scientific impossibility. And also the people of the state that demonstrate demon possession while they are touching, molesting, surrounding with directed light, which is prosecution for terrorism. License 8ENA159 and license 86258C3. What I want to speak to is, as I get up at the museum, the entity covering up the fake sun. So it's cloudy as I get up. So there's no light touching over. You see the shadows. There's many ways in documenting and understanding also when you are hovered by the light source. All right, so let me be clear, but I'd like to show you the object in the sky. And regardless of covering it up with clouds, it remains directly over me. Covering it up while I'm getting up at the museum is the same presence of that light source as I've already shown. And at 7:52 a.m., remember, 48 hours ago, I'm already in Upland, California. I'm showing you the parking lot of the Chase Bank. I'm showing you and reminding you about January 20th, for example, where I am at that same parking lot. And this is after the 11 o'clock hour. This is after I got on the Route 61 bus in Ontario, went to the Fontana Metrolink train station, got on Route 66, came to Upland, California, and I showed you the arrival of that light source, which is not possibly the sun. 7:52 a.m., the light source is over me. Regardless, what I also want to point out is the fake sun. Let me be clear, the entity, this is Satan that you're dealing with. You're dealing with the demonic. Covering up the light source while I'm at the Ontario Museum, it does not change. This is documentation of what is ongoing stalking with light. The people remain engaged in a stalking pattern of conduct where they're monitoring with communication devices. They are the demon-possessed, witnessing me reveal their condition and their criminal system in operation in California. And by the way, where the entity is engaging in obsessive terrorism, stalking via helicopter, this is also probative of what I'm showing you, the ways in which they are doing so. It is with and in concert and on behalf what is the demonic. This is the presence of Satan itself, while the entity is engaging in what is presence, molestation, and engineered light. This is not even sunlight. It's engineered light. This is P.O.C. The actual light source, let me remind you something. 2021, I am working in what is Riverside County. Don't forget about that documentation. There is no time. You can cover up the light source all you want. I'm dealing with the demonic right now. There is no mistaking you. It is insurmountable evidence of what is not the sun under any circumstances. It's impossible, regardless of the time of year. But I have used that analysis to show you that there's no argument for it. It's impossible. It is demonic. It's revealing a condition. It's revealing a stalker. It's revealing what is a criminal who's engaged in interstate stalking. And I want to be clear. March 2021, I was not only at Economy Inn. Okay, that's stretching even farther down the same street where the state is setting a fake sun, rising it over me and setting it on the same street, which is movement north and south, not movement any direction east or west. That's the light source. And you're also remembering I was working in what is Riverside County, where the fake sun was remaining over me as I was at that job site, documenting federal group stalking and monitoring as I remain subject to it by the government, the demon-possessed people of the state engaging in that pattern of conduct. It is currently 7:57 a.m. This is P.O.C. 8HSC 660 6U92105. P.O.C. at third-party facilitating venue 1208 Euclid Avenue, and license 5R46445. It's 8:05 a.m. Third-party license plate 6PHD187, and license 8JIM275 6XJT108. At third-party facilitating venue 1322 Euclid Avenue. It is 8:09 a.m. The entity surrounding with the sound of plane engines right over my head as I'm walking in front of this property. This is facilitation and ongoing terrorism that the people of the state are engaged in, and you also using the sound of sirens to surround with audible activity. It's 8:09 a.m. 5B39715. At what is 1404 Euclid Avenue and on Euclid, 1404 Euclid Avenue in Ontario. It is currently 8:14 a.m. License plate 8JSF057. 8HW8545 at the intersection of 6th Street and Euclid at 8:14 a.m. Capturing image of that demon with license 51341V1 as the fake sun is remaining over me right here at this intersection. And that is, again, what is walking north of Euclid Avenue at this time. I'm walking in an entirely different direction in another city. I'm in Upland, California 48 hours ago already. And I'm also in Ontario at Starbucks at 111 North Vineyard Avenue on January 22nd, 2022. But as of late, I'm speaking to what is 48 hours ago where I'm already in Upland, and I'm walking in a direction east, and the fake sun is right over me. And then as I'm capturing that while I'm walking through the intersection on Foothill, I then walk to what is the 99-cent store, and the fake sun is right over me, right over the edge of that store in that parking lot. And this is where I am on another day, moving at a different time schedule. The light source is moving in the direction north and keeping directly over me, while the people of the state are stalking all around. License 7ESW746. And I captured the light source that's directly over the third party whose license plate I just recited to you. They are stalking in the path. License 8KXE037. License KOLAKOS 8BOE809. This is called patrolling, and this is demonic. This is terrorism, 57580B3, US.3025491. This license plate is FJ684, and the trailer attached to 59092-C. That's Arizona license plate on that trailer. It is currently 8:16 a.m. 90277K1, 8HEZ774, 8S, I can't really see that one, 6MJU752. These are all demons under the fake sun that is in Upland, California, right here over the freeway entrance exit. License 6MJU752, yeah. 8VXJ207, 8PKX425. And again, more poignantly, these are demons. This is the demon-possessed population who are stalking all together. 7VYU577. In case you did not know, that's what monitoring with communication devices is. You're stalking. 5ZOT771. License 8Y54082. And it is currently 8:20 a.m. 7HYE152. License 8ERP618. I read that one already. 8GTH867. Oh, let's go. 5AQZ651. 9592082. 8KVN481. 8DMH241. 6WYL150. You got a line of demons, just one after another, just like how I read their license plate, one after another, direct a light on the brick wall while they cross path. This is the demon possessed. This is terrorism, as I've captured it. This is how the people of the state, this demon possessed population that's stalking with the government, are going to be prosecuted for this demonic conduct that they surround you with while they're monitoring you with communication devices. 8SVE286, license 6GTU841. It's 8:21 a.m. Remember, again, when I'm already in Upland and I've walked to the 99-cent store, I'm showing you the fake cents right over the edge of the entrance upon my arrival there. And I'm speaking about this demon that's sitting in their car. They're using the shopping cart surrounding with noise while the fake cent's right there over me. This is keeping the fake cent over me as I leave from Ontario at a later time. 6KLJ648, 7UGR492, 8JUV578. Those are demons who are monitoring with the other line of demons who are driving by one after another and directed light sprawling across the little brick walls while they are, excuse me, that's not brick, concrete structures while they're driving by. 98108D3. That is called crossing path. That's what demons do. 5NAC501. Monitoring to that same demonic conduct and under what is a fake sun, which is demonic itself. 6NYP725. It's currently 8:21 a.m. 8PFT013 and Amtrak crossing path. That is bus 46350 and directed light the same while they are crossing path. And I captured an image of Amtrak in a, not the train, Amtrak, the same company, using a coach to cross path to engage in stalking and terrorism under the fake sun at 8:22 a.m. I captured an image of that right now. 5KNK090. 6VVH352. It is 8:22 a.m. I captured an image of what is a demon in a wheelchair, and you see the directed light beside their wheelchair on the sidewalk. These are the demon possessed using the sidewalk to cross path with me, crossing path with the same engineered light, under the same engineered light, for that purpose of crossing path with engineered light. I took a picture of it. Like I said, it doesn't matter what they look like, what their the physical posture that they maintain. They are demons. You're dealing with what is a spiritual entity. This is a wicked entity, and you are understanding that you are actually witnessing that through the environment. And this demon in a wheelchair crossing path with direct light, I took pictures of that so you can see. This is a stalker engaging what is facilitation, monitoring with these minions whom I'm identifying by license plate and by company names. It's 8:23 a.m. License plate CB23E71. That's paper. All right, license plate YPO7170 BCHYBLU 8638B, I believe, paper. 8268332 82683S2, excuse me, that's Ryder. License 9F4, I can't see that one. That is U.S. Foods though, crossing path. I'm on the opposite side of the 10 freeway, and I wanted to read those license plates. I'm walking through what is directed light at the same location where I showed you directed light while on the Herc Rentals vehicle, while those demons were using construction equipment, which is the creation of audible activity while demonic conduct is underway. That's serving the criminal system of surveillance, monitored with communication devices. In other words, these demons are engaging in what is the outward form of some outward activity that they are presumably focused on when they are in reality the demon possessed. And you see that while that directed light is just appearing out of nowhere, it is inexplicable. And I'm also showing you what is under not even the sun, as I'm reminding you about where I am on another day, etc., that ongoing analysis. And it is appearing in what is the shade, what would be shaded on the passenger side of that truck, and my shadow is appearing where the fake sun's in front of me. That location is where I'm at, reciting license plates, and directed light, I'm walking in, and my shadow's on both sides of me. So I just want to document that, and that is the people of the state crossing path in that directed light. License plate 8HDN019, 6PNW082, 7RWK737. VENLIF, that's heart, VENLIF. Suzanne's Flowers, group stalking at 8th Street and Euclid, 07004C3, license 60968H3, license 8XKV745, I believe. Here, let's do that one. Anyway, it's currently 8:31 a.m. 6SNV660, 7YUS767. All right, license 7MPE854, License 7XVG779, 8FPC731, 8XZE998. These are all the demons at ARCO in direct light under the fake sun, creating audible activity, monitoring together, being demons. Look at every which way, all right, and you're looking at the environment that they're in. It's pathetic. License 7XES377. And this is ARCO. You see the truck, ARCO, the vehicle is US.991882. It's an African-American male driving this vehicle. The license plate on the ARCO truck, which is creating light activity, 16223X1, also directed light walking moves this vehicle. This is ongoing facilitation and terrorism. And license plate 4FC4950. This is P.O.C. at ARCO. 8FPC731 is crossing the path while that truck moves. Understand that African American that's driving that ARCO vehicle is maintaining presence, creating light activity, maintaining presence in the path, representing a company while doing so. And then as I walk toward it, again, all they're doing is stalking, doing so using company brands, logos, and doing the exact same demonic conduct and criminal activity for monitoring with communication devices. So as I walk back to get that license plate, then he starts moving the truck, which has maintained hazard lights. This is light activity. It's also demonic. The people stalking in the path with methods of light activity. And then as he moves the vehicle, upon my approaching or engaging in a change of conduct, meaning walking toward or into the parking lot area of the gas station, and then directed light is on the asphalt while that demon does so. That demon is just driving a company vehicle with which you are prosecuting a company for engaging in state surveillance on behalf of the government. 6KUF890. It's 8:37 a.m. Nevada 54C307. That's a Nevada plate. License 23M0282. That's a little scooter motorcycle that male with a neon green helmet on at 204 North Euclid Avenue, the 7-Eleven. It's 8:43 a.m. That's on surveillance cameras. And that's a third party on that bike. That's a license plate. 7KPZ590. 7SMB751. And Penske Truck Rentals crossing path on Euclid Avenue right now. License 8ZBA133. We got presence through the car wash. Group stalker. It is 8:44 a.m. It is, let me see. Oh, yeah, I read this one already. 8:44 a.m. at the, I'm speaking about the car wash at the 7-Eleven. This is a means of loitering in relevant position, maintaining presence. It's analogous to what is demons, the people of the state that stalk via drive-thrus. That's what they're doing. It is currently 8:45 a.m. 6L19273. K648DO. CA51Z66 paper. This demon that I took a picture of, she's going through the trunk and to the front of the car. She's pacing around the vehicle. Whew, absolute psychopath. Just walking around, going to the trunk. Oh, let me get something out of the trunk. Let me open and close the trunk. Go in the car, get out of the car. It's demonic pacing. It is literally the conduct of psychopaths. Okay, Satan engaging in this very demented conduct and doing it amongst a population all around you. That's called terrorism. And then those same freaks follow you in the bathrooms. Those same freaks touching all over you when they're just driving by, like sunlight ricochets off of your car. They're freaks. They're psychopaths. 8BML738. This is the prosecution of the people of the state who are, this is the demon-possessed population, using things such as car washes in order to engage in inconspicuous stalking. All right, this is the third party. This is license plate 8WAY391. It's currently 8:47 a.m. That's called stalking with audible activity. Those are the very dangerous psychopaths that represent the government while they are stalking, creating audible activity using the very vehicles, that is the exploitation of a position that a demon and a criminal has, representing what is law enforcement, American medical response, and or a fire department. This is the use of sirens to surround with amplified audible activity, while the people of the state are demons, the same, pacing all around. And I want to be clear, also using those emergency vehicles with the light in order to create light activity. In the same way I show you the demons that are the people of the state stalking in the path using their hazard lights, while they are, that's demonic stalking in the path with light. This is what the demon-possessed actors of the government are doing. Now, again, with regard to federal group stalking and monitoring, I've identified the government acting directly via parties such as American Medical Response. This is the entity acting directly. Okay, so for purposes of prosecution, you're isolating and separating as far as the status, the people of the state, third parties, versus the people, versus the entity acting directly through some emergency vehicle or some medical personnel of some hospital or some paramedics, the fire departments, the police departments, etc. This is the state acting directly. And so anyway, the entity is sounding sirens. Those are demon-possessed government actors stalking, using sirens to create audible activity, very, very unstable. The same demon-possessed population, monitoring with communication devices, and literally engaging in the shameful conduct of engaging in criminal conduct with the people of the state. It's currently 9:06 a.m. This is Upland Public Library, where I'm sitting outside of that property, and the entity is engaging in monitoring. That's the facilitation, the creation of an ongoing environment. And as I've documented early on, I'm speaking to what is the act of terrorism. The entity stalking with sirens, literally. And the use of sirens is a hallmark, okay? It is the identification of the pattern of conduct where you are subject to surveillance by the government. These psychopaths engage in what is literally stalking all around, ceaseless use of sirens. All right, it's currently 9:07 a.m. This is P.O.C.
This is video documentation captured March 5th, 2022 at 8:31 a.m.
It is 8:31 a.m. I want to show you what is the glaring light source, and it's zenith, if you will. And I put this in air quotes because this is not the actual sun, using the terminology, though, that you're familiarized with. It is 8:31 a.m. The light source is in its zenith, central over my head, as I am in Upland, California, at the intersection of 8th Street and Euclid. This is called crossing of path by what are the demon-possessed. This is a demonic environment. It's a scientific impossibility. You are understanding what is the presence of Satan through the environment. By the way, exercising control over the environment. What's supposedly a cloudy day versus a rainy day versus a sunny day. All right, this is demonic. It has nothing to do with things that you've been told about climate warming, global warming and climate change. This is demonic, and this is the ongoing reality with regard to what is the presence of Satan all around you while you are ignorant of it. All right, license 8NOV278. I want to be clear with regard to my time. It's 8:32 a.m. and I am at 8th Street and Euclid. This is Stalking with Light in the Path. 8RHF 317 is a demon who is pacing, going back and forward. That's not trying to get a nice spot at the gas stall. It's happening under what is not possibly the sun. It's occurring on what is directed light, which is touching the vehicle. It's engineered light. They are maintaining presence all together. Directed light is moving underneath the structure. That's impossible light activity. That's a demon that's crossing path at the same time. 6PSV 129. They are monitoring together. This is nothing other than a means of showing you where I am, the time of day, and the ongoing engineered light that I am surrounded by. It's not sunlight. Sunlight is not moving in this direction. It's not coexisting, ricocheting off the top of your car. That's entirely demonic. Understanding with regard to what is the language applying to that, this is engineered light, and the people are intentionally present in this engineered light to keep you monitored on behalf of the government that is stalking by helicopters, as I continue to show. I have been documenting that, by the way, for years. This is not new. The entity is showing what is the totality of that documentation and demonstrating hostility while I continue to show what is literally Satan itself, that this government and the people of the state are puppets to, okay? This is demonic activity. And it's 8:31 a.m., the light source, 8:33 a.m. now, the light source over me in the city of Upland as I have walked north of Euclid Avenue. You remember this, where I am already at the 99-cent store, and then I go to the McDonald's, where I've already walked much north of this location, as opposed to, for example, when I remain at the B&G Plaza. It's mutually exclusive, okay? This light source is moving north of this street, Euclid Avenue, in order to remain central over my head. In addition to what is, again, February 27, 2022, where I am walking on Hope Boulevard. 8:14 a.m. I'm at the museum. I walk on Hope Boulevard toward the B&G Plaza. I'm remaining in Ontario. There is no advancement north of Euclid Avenue where you would ever see this. You're understanding what is the time, the location that I'm in, the direction that I'm even facing. I'm facing at the intersection of 8th and Euclid Avenue in the city of Upland at 8:34 a.m. I am facing what is east, and the light source is remaining on this side as I'm walking up the street. I want to be clear, this is the pattern of conduct. This is the same street, by the way. Upland Public Library is right up the street. The state is keeping a fake sun through the window, visible through the window of that venue at 5:11 p.m. That's a matter of documentation. And on this same street, the Ontario Town Square, which is much, I've already walked past that, but I want to be clear. The license, understand the time. I documented video just yesterday. It's 8:35 a.m. and the light source remaining over that same Ontario Town Square, visible to me while I'm standing on that property, in alignment with me in the same way it is right now, in alignment with me, just lower it at an elevation right here, aiming what is darker color orange light at 5:12 p.m. while it's on the opposite side of the same street. That's what I documented at Ontario Town Square. This is the demon that's monitoring. 7MPE854. All of them are monitoring together. This is pathetic. This is a demon creating audible activity using a blower. These are demons using their vehicles as light activity. This is the demon keeping their back to you. That third eye is focused on you, and you are understanding that by the directed light and the fake sun that remains over you. This is the P.O.C. This is the people of the state, a demon-possessed population. This is the company ARCO engaging in state surveillance in the state of California. License plate. That's called crossing path. 7FJJ948. This is P.O.C. That's a demon stalking using their vehicle as a means of stalking with audible activity as I grab my phone with my second hand. This is P.O.C.
Video documentation captured March 5th, 2022 at 8:54 a.m.
All right, I want you to see the light source. This is it right here over me. Maintaining what is the illusion of it being cloudy. Let me be clear. So let me break this down. Whether there's clouds covering up the fake sun or whether you see it all clearly like you just saw moments ago while I was down the street at ARCO, it is equally the fake sun that is impossibly maintaining presence central over my head as I'm walking north into the city of Upland, okay? Period. So let me break that down for you. It remains, you're talking about what is a demon, what is a demonic system. You're talking about what is Satan. These delusional psychopaths that I'm documenting, they have the spirit of what is the delusional psychopath Satan itself. Covering up the fake sun is no removal whatsoever of what remains the impossibility that the light source is even there. And I've already documented. Let me be clear, this is what I'm saying. This is approaching, this is addressing, this is confronting what is it's only wicked. It is not witty, okay? It is nothing other than what is the numerosity of the demon possessed. They are in no way ingenious, okay? I'm serious with this. It's not sophisticated or intelligent whatsoever. So you have what is the maintenance of a light source that I've already documented, okay? Maintaining presence over this very venue while I'm inside of this Upland Public Library. Capture the fake sun over every corner of the building. Maintaining engineered light inside of the building all day long. Engaging in covering up the light source and then creating what is directed light because it's not sunlight. You're dealing with the demonic. So you're talking about what is covering it up and then removing what are the clouds. This is a demonic system. It's the presence of Satan exercising control in real time over the environment while I'm revealing to you the reality and the hovering presence of Satan itself. So I want to be clear with regard to the pattern of conduct that's underway at the Upland Public Library. The light source remains over me right now, remains right here. Covering it up with clouds is not changing that pattern of conduct that I've already shown you. I remain subject to. The light source remains over the venue. The entity is also keeping directed light, as I have already shown you inside of the venue where I'm present. The library opens at 10 o'clock. The state documentation already published not only this year but last year, keeping directed light on the grounds, all over the walls, inside of the venue for the duration of the entire operational day. So that is from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., whichever time it closes. The entity keeping directed light in that venue, keeping the fake sun, which is right now over my head at 8:55 in the morning. What time is it? 8:56 in the morning. The light source remaining visible outside of this window at 5:12 p.m. That's a matter of published documentation. The entity engaging in what is covering it up is no less equally fake and impossibility. I just showed you what was movement while I was at ARCO. The light source is remaining, and I also showed you the other day while I was on the opposite side of the street, and I was north of this location, and the fake sun was right there over me. That was at 803 Euclid Avenue in Upland, California. I had already walked past the light source. I had already walked past the Upland Public Library, and this was at an earlier hour. So let me be clear, covering it up at 8:56 a.m. This is what I mean by not genius, not sophisticated. I've already documented this. I'm showing you what is you need to understand. You're dealing with the demonic. You're dealing with the demon possessed. Satan is a liar. Satan is not escaping documentation. I'm not only exposing the reality of Satan. This is a demon possessed population engaging in criminal conduct in the state of California on behalf of a government that is engaging in what is obstruction of justice. That's all that this is. That's what you will understand. The government is engaging in an ongoing effort to obstruct justice, and it's not obstructing justice. You surround such animals with legislation, with knowledge, cognizant of the fact that you're dealing with unstable psychopaths. Okay? It is currently 8:57 a.m. This is P.O.C. Upland Public Library. That's called relevant positioning. They're all demons crossing paths repeatedly. All right? And they're monitoring with communication devices. This is P.O.C.
Video documentation captured March 5th, 2022 at 9:50 a.m.
I want you to remember February 27th, 2022. This is the day I remained in Ontario. This was just last Sunday. And as I stood on the sidewalk out here, the fake sun was, as I was pointing it out, right there over my head as it remains as I'm sitting on the property. And remember, I've already documented the state's fake sun over this property, the Upland Public Library. This is where I'm at. I've already documented its maintenance of presence here at an earlier time. Remember, 9:27 a.m. I'm sitting here. I'm showing you the directed light that's all over the Veterans Monument. That's engineered light hitting surfaces, speaking to what is not the sun. The fake sun right here hovering over me while I remain here. After walking right over there, the fake sun remains right over me at the Upland Public Library, the same Upland Public Library where it is setting while I'm looking outside of the same property through the window on D Street. D Street's on the opposite side of the building, the same property. This is ongoing documentation. That's an impossibility. Not only that, you're going to remember 9:49 a.m. while the state's light source, and this is the state's light source, this is the state's pattern of conduct. The state is engaging in a satanic targeting system with the demon possessed that are the people of the state. That's a demon that's crossing path. That's the significance of what is the directed light, the light source that remains over me, and the demonic environment that surrounds. I want to be clear, 9:49 a.m. I'm at what is the intersection of State Street and Bonneville. After I have on images and videos showing you what is the maintenance of that light source as I remained in Ontario. I didn't walk north any direction on Euclid Avenue. Like I showed you, the state kept a fake sun over me as I'm showing you I Street and Euclid Avenue. That was already in the morning, advanced more north. I didn't go in any direction whatsoever while the state kept the fake sun literally on Hope Boulevard. And until 5:12 p.m., what was the Ontario Town Square. All right, still visible from that same property. That is, again, no migration east or west while it remains over me for the duration of the day. It's 9:40, it's now 9:52 a.m. and you're witnessing what is, again, real time dimming down. It's not going anywhere. It remains right here, as is already documented. This is speaking to what is that impossibility, while you're also remember where I'm at another time, remaining on a specific street, again, Hope Boulevard, and then going south to walk to what is Mercy House. And then I show you what is the property, what is the light source directly over my head. You see a demon drive by, directed light is over the wall while that demon is crossing path. It's the same conduct while the entity is maintaining directed light inside of a location, a venue, as I've termed it, and demons are walking all around, sitting all around, whether they work there, whether they're there just to engage in criminal conduct for the day. That's the pattern of conduct when you're inside, pattern of conduct when I'm outside. And it's not the sun that's over that intersection at State Street and Bonneville and over my head, remaining over after I've shown you what is remaining over my head as I walk out of Ontario up Euclid Avenue in the direction north. And it is which is the ongoing pattern when I go to Upland, that is a fake sun remaining over me and over the property. This is P.O.C. It is 9:53 a.m. The state's fake sun remains right here. This is demonic while you're witnessing what is real-time engagement and what is literally futile, the pattern of conduct and the presence of what is the light source. Let me be clear. When it's a fake sun on Monday, it remains a fake sun on Tuesday and Wednesday. When the entity itself, the demon-possessed entity, this is the presence of Satan itself, wants to cover it up on Thursday and then engaging in what is acting like all the rest that was already documented doesn't happen, and then just continues to aim directed light like that sunlight, like the actual sun is remaining over in the morning and setting. Based on the nature of what you're documenting, you're understanding what is stalking with light. It's entirely demonic, and this is what demons are doing while they're pacing around. This is the demon that sits at the partition outside of the study rooms while directed light is all over that desk. He's a demon, and this is a literally, understand, demonic activity. He is stalking me while he's looking in another direction. That's a psychopath. You're witnessing how Satan uses people, and that's exactly what's underway while that which is not the sun remains over me. This is P.O.C.
Video documentation captured March 5th, 2022 at 9:54 a.m.
Via aircraft flying right over. That's the government. The same government stalking by helicopter, all right? And stalking under what is engineered light. This is demonic activity practiced by the government that's engaged in surveillance. It's 9:55 a.m. This is P.O.C. VQC 322. This is a group stalker molesting that is waiting until I walk through the driveway to aim their vehicle toward me as though they're leaving from the gas stall. They're stalking at the venue. That's a method of touching with light. It's currently 5:59 p.m. That's AMR, license 39844C3. It is 6:09 p.m. This is IHOP. IHOP is monitoring at the intersection of A Street and Euclid. The people are in traffic monitoring. That is American Medical Response that I also took an image of while they're stalking in the path and engaging in what is facilitation. That's the significance of that demon using an ambulance to create light activity and what is amplified audible activity. The people are monitoring. It's currently 6:09 p.m. This is P.O.C. 8BGD040, the people touching through this demon at what is 8th Street and Euclid. I want to be clear, it's a massive molestation. The grounds are covered with, I have multiple shadows as you walk down the street. That's molestation. The people are sex offenders, stalking and touching as well. 8PTA467, 7WOA484, 7ACM029, 7SMV467, 8EFG712. License 8DQG763. KYC731. And the company Arco at 193 South Euclid Avenue, where you see the fake sun over me. They are engaging in that molestation as well. They're monitoring. CTT7187, that's Arizona. 7SSX325. 6TKU448. 8RAY990. 7LLW9W2. 8UEP942. 6:14 p.m. All right, you see the demons that live right here at the corner, coming from around the corner. They're sitting in their vehicles while I'm reading license plates. They are using their property as a means of facilitation and then engaging in what is active terrorism, stalking with light. You see the demon that is holding a spotlight while they're getting out of their car to go into their house. They're stalking in the path. The dog, which is what this third party is chasing after. The dog is audible activity. They are sitting in their vehicle on their property the whole time while I'm reading license plates at the corner of 8th Street and Euclid. 8RNL688. Engaging in what is this terrorism, this sexual violence. They're monitoring with the demons whose license plates I'm reading. They're monitoring while they are at third party facilitating venue. It looks like 208 Euclid Avenue. Using their property as a means of stalking with activity. As I look toward their house, they turn their property light on. These are demons engaging in activity the entirety of that, the entire time while they're monitoring the documentation. This is the psychopath. This is the demon possessed. That is an act of criminal conduct. Understand they're monitoring with communication devices. Sitting at their property, which is in relevant position. The people of the state engaging in what is surveillance, engaging in what is molestation, engaging in what is stalking on behalf of the state at 208 Euclid Avenue in Upland, California. I want to make sure I point that out to you. This is the reality of the government engaging in criminal activity with the people of the state, monitoring with American Medical Response while it is crossing path, using that vehicle as a means of facilitating criminal activity, and coming out, which you see the spotlight. They're getting out of their car with a spotlight. That's a demon stalking with light. Okay, put that demon in a police uniform. You've got the Ontario PD. You've got the Upland PD. License plate 8KYN380, 8RVS467, 8NPB108, 8BOJ880, 8CVX895, 7RMG676. Renato Mendez. This is a commercial vehicle, and that is a third party on that vehicle. Renato Mendez. License plate 68277L2. Engaging in terrorism with the state. That's flying over that venue of 205 Euclid Avenue where I stand, where molestation is underway, where demons are stalking with spotlights. 8JOR821. That's P.O.C. Okay? It is currently 6:17 p.m. That is the prosecution of, again, those demons that were sitting in their vehicle on what is a third-party facilitating video. Let me remind you of these demons. At 208, not 205, 208 Euclid Avenue, where the state just flew over by helicopter as well. Okay? Replete with helicopter stalking. 6:17 p.m. All right. License plate C6GNB000. There is no reasonable question about what is stalking. That's what the people of the state are. 8DTN073. That's what happens when you have a helicopter coming. Yeah. FFX8001 is a stalker. 7PXS617, a demon-possessed stalker. 08663H2, the same. 7RUU219, 8GNB612, 8WUF961. License plates. See. Do we have a... I don't see a license plate on that. License 8SCC116, 7BET412, 8GXK899. 8XDC445, 5SKD633, 8YXX660, 8VFA633, 7XQP. I can't really see the rest of them. 8KPR181, 7UBW554. And let's see. License plate 8ATU 125, 8FWX 653, 6KLZ 809, BNT8 A95 paper, 7LQU 391, 7AQV 210, 5JAV 769, 8AVP 564, 8HQK. I can't see the rest of them. 7ZAD 102. Molesting is license 8LVK 106, 8ATK 751, 8DMH 823. C, license 15013C3, 7FQR 792, 7YXR 843, I believe. I can't really see that one. 6UYP 288. AX76A70 paper, 8XYD 170, I believe, 8X27787, 8UHZ 799, 6TOY002, 6XFT 903, 5MVH 282, 7HAE 694, 8RAA 380, MYRNFLA. See, license 8TQA 435. Already read that one. Already read that one. 8SGD 336 for that. 8YBH 526 98. Can't see that one. 5FCB 844. Oh, they're so funny. 7DXR 455. 08810F2. 8VYJ 427. 6GLE 314. 5SCB 844. Yeah. 8WYW 144, I believe, 41964S2, 8RIM 998, P77771, 7MYG 216. It's 6:27 p.m. (8UQA 049), 7SMW 344, 8RKA 274, 6GLG 314, see, 68574K2, EV 325, handicap, 72258T1, 18752J1, 5RRE 948, 7SGV 948, BU 981, handicap, 25966V2. 6ULT 258. See, license 8HSS 496. BUG. Oh, I already read that one. BUQA 049. Read that one. License 98996H2. 6YYS 721, 8FYP 416, 7KZH 471, 8C50411, 00709K1, 6AGZ 847, see, 43302D2, 8RPZ009, 6ZHB 442, 7RUSS 317, 7LWP 996. License 8WQK 481, 8SDA 887, 7YJC 736, 8JAK 623, 7WGG 518, 8ZJU274, I believe. 8ZNA 496. U91 TPS, that's out of state. Lift, crossing path, this demon over here. It's got a lift sign, that's representing that company. 266L45 Nevada, 7GKT581. 5VGR400, OVRWRK1, 7GXC244, 6TTV308, 8YED160, 8XVX322, 8ZFL396, 7JXL905, 20626X1, B1140Y2, 8WDY296. Let's see. 7DVZ386, in case I didn't read that one already. And this is 8GMF377. U-Haul crossing path, driven by an African American male. AJ 81406 Arizona plates. 6WXD380. 5ZMW 368. 55043D2. 8ZTM310. UPS license 15968D3. 7YBJ072. 8XVZ917. MBUTTA 8YNY792, I believe. 8RZG586. 7V77908. 022. I can't really see that. It's 02220X2. I believe there were 3 2s in that. License plate. Oh, I don't see license plate on that one. It is 6:31 p.m. These minions back here. Sex offender license 47501W1 71108Z1 06087V1 7KYL 664 7ZUC 646 8UOE 926 8XVG218. It's 6:32 p.m. 8PCH 894 7VAT 533 8PEV 191 6PND 953. Let's see. 7HLX 614. License 7UTW 738. It is 6:32 p.m. 8DSH 368, 8NUX 344, 8JWN 750. License 7KCW 525, 85411B2, 7SCA 661, 8ZWK 255. 8VXS 080, 8ZLP 704, 8GOJ 807. Dominoes, engaging in sexual violence, terrorism, 7CKP 745, 8KYC 822, 6VOT 171, 7XQP 828. That is Dominoes engaging in what is terrorism, sexual molestation, stalking in the path, monitoring with communication devices, not delivering a pizza. It's a third party engaging in crossing the path. Delivering a pizza is incidental to that criminal system, which is demonic. All right, it is currently 6:34 p.m. Omnitrans crossing path, Route 83 at 6:34 p.m. going northbound. License 8SBH941. That is Omnitrans bus number 1330, driven by a white male. 8CNX 950. Looks like a heavy-set white male on the Omnitrans driver. License DISNERI 8UPF 431. 8VDH399, BN78C99 paper. American Medical Response, crossing path, getting off the freeway exit, molesting with the people, stalking with the people. What's the difference between when they're using their sirens? The state are racking up what is federal charges, what's to be understood under federal laws, criminal summoning. That's what the government does. It's facilitation. using their sirens as the criminal act of criminal summoning, and they are stalking the same. License 8L29969. 992MBJ. That's Oregon, I believe. 7YMN250. 5EQP031. Let's see. I read that one already. 8RDT908. 8TZG397. 8HPN536. 8TZJ863. 8BMH947. 8EKS249. 8NUE742. 7TCX045. 7VOS809. 8PDZ364. 8VIR. I can't really see that one. 7V. Can't see that one either. Can scratch that one. 7UDN381. RGSAB80, I believe. Can't really see it that clear though. 8XMT540. LT44247. That's Nevada. 7NMW697. 7LJR338. 1182. 1182. I can't really see the rest of that one. 8JEU571. 7KWE805. 7CWZ416. 6UAL157. 8WWW317. 7RMB970. 8WED578. 8BEU868. 5MXG572. 5MRS476. 8THF576. 7BYG180. 8RGX869. 8GSK997. 7BNR607. PSL 0418, that's Texas. BQW B53, that's out of state. 8ZLR 135. 7UHV 459. 7MZF 114. 7TBA 948. 8QW, I can't really see that one. 8XAG 540 935. I can't see that one either. License 7TFG 247. 25315J2. 10THST. 8YBX012. 8SLW002. 8EYA179. 20688R2. 7FFA089, I believe. 8A, I can't see the rest of that one. 8PVF637. ILVPATD, I believe. I'll get that one in a second. It's currently 6:38 p.m. License 7FJR830. License 8FRL649. 8JJK402. 6DAP372. 33149R2. 8LAE820. Alrighty, license ILPATD, I believe. 8FRL649. 8KUI170. 7KTH193, I believe. 8C20794. 7TJZ011. 8UXC061. 8C20794, in case I didn't read that one already. 7YZJ364. Alrighty, this is Home Depot. 37455M2, renting to stock. 8SYK431. 8XIT401. 8BHL632, I believe. 7VPU452. BT80543, that's Arizona. 8UMZ643. 8LLC451. 7FJU748, I believe. 8WGE451. 7UNG657. 5DQF089. 8292. Can't see the rest of them. 8 VEK 658. It's 6:40 p.m. 8 HAN 687. 8 RWJ 121. THNQGOD 04987L1. 8A NH 270. 6XRT 569. 8DZN 855. 8HEX 430. 8GXB 433. 5G 93989. 2964OD3. 8KQS 758. 87839Z1. 5NJ, I can't see the rest of one. We'll try to make the widest turn ever. 8TOP 261. Oh, it's so pathetic. So funny. 7THA 262. 8RVS 345. License 7TBL 495. 6MUR 227. License plate 8LLH 264, I believe. 7ZPB 247. 78FE 1, I can't see that one. 8ZPY 124. 7NWF 603. AW 58078 paper. 7TDS 597, I believe. 8THC 370. 7HFY 068. 4FJY 078. 6PPV 472. 8XFH 524. 8TQC 423. 5TXG 953. 6MUR 227, I read that one. 7TBL 495. 8THC 370. 6LUR 955. 7RFY D68. 8J12384. 8MRS 787. 7UFC 123. 7DZG 166. 8BSM 173. 8BRF 436. 7UZE 527. 7MRU 497. 8WVV 791. 8WBC 788. 04537. I can't see the rest of them. 04537X2, I believe. Yeah, that's correct. 7PLU 776. That is 7MRU 497, yeah. 7MEN 875. 8DJV 326. 8LQP 133, I believe. 8MSP 962. American Medical Response, crossing path again with the rest of the minions. 7THX 085. 8YQW 552. License 8VLF 941. 7KAW 638. BU14S96, that's paper. 8ELK 782. 7PXX 999. 8PSS 611. 8UV U800, I believe. License 8XJD470. CTY 5009, Arizona. 6XBJ993. 7GEG 597. 6WKH 943. 6F44708. 8RVE 204. 7KYV 178, I believe. 8JSY 781. BF22N79 paper. 8BXE 192. 8DSG 352. 8TTC 880. 8KLC 039. 8EDL 797. 7CSJ 9D3. 8WCY 262. 7VSU 418. That is 7CSJ 903. Correct. 12458H3. American Medical Response 46909J2. License 88726W2, I believe. 8GQT984, 8MLF978, 6SAT048, 8MEJ376, 8YJJ268, let's see, this is license LIFMOD, 7UVT023, 5YQG089. That's license 5YQG039. Excuse me, 089. That's creating audible activity. License 7TTN290. Excuse me. 5YSB228. 8AMF278. 8XXW877. 8W74843. 8AY7781, 70CD950, 6ZXD657, 7J. I can't say, they try to make such a wide turn, it's hilarious. Yeah, I read that one already. It's 6:46 p.m. Eight LYL405, BT68E66. That's paper. I read that one already. License 8W74843. That one is correct. Yeah. License 6YFG608, 7TLM165, 8WBZ168. Royal Cookies Crossing Path. That's a tow truck. No license plate on the back. 6BSP686. 8AGA 927, 8LFL803, 8WIE537, 6CBN 913, 8XPT038, 6WSK557, 6JUM570, FFX8001, 8WLE331, 5YPF746. 78PC177, AP680D1, paper. 8VW0579, 5HFU127, 7PLL407, 6U. I can't really see that one. You can scratch that one. Let's see. Scratch that. I can't see that one. 8YEX157. You already read that one. 4PZW010. 8ZBS226. License 8ENR131. 8EAX502. 8WXS819. 7SOW955. 8VSV490, I believe. License 8HFR999. 7FYT616. It is 6:49 p.m. Stalking with the state that's flying over by helicopters. License 7VNG252. License 8TAL715. In a Range Rover, stalking somebody else, engaging in demonic conduct while a demon flies over by helicopter. That's what they're doing in a Range Rover. Ain't nothing impressive about these demons. AKCC459. I got issues. 0126 3F2, 8XYC822, 4LKL157, federal issues. 6WSP755, 7YRX640, 7LYH755, 7XGJ306, FFB49 handicap, 7VRA269, 5X57322, 7TJB321, 8ULR510, 8ESL681, 8UYV259, 8 8XBK228. They are all stalking with the entity. They're stalking on behalf of the entity. So I just want to, that's why you have a helicopter flying over through it. The entity is stalking through them, every single lot. So that's why I'm naming them. Okay. License 7EMPFT, 7JFA, Q, I can't see that one. He was fast one. 8XZM093, 7TJB321, 6MNH239, N468LO. 8BCX809. 8XEZ 572, 7HHL 593, yeah. 7DVL 152, 8TQL 195, 7AZW 155, 8KGY 781, 8DRP 235. 8HBX595, read that one. 8A45497, 8PGP136, 7RVE799, 7YCY682, 8FYC365, SNDRITA, 8WTJ852, 6RPN 66. I can see that whole license plate. It's 6:51 p.m. 8KTV398, 919758, I believe that's Nevada. 919T58, that's Nevada. Eight SMM 205, 31907D1, 7SNX866, 8SYR451, 8KTV398, yeah, I read that, 6VUM918, 7LCE628, 26051B3, 7NDZ926, 8SEV113, 7EUK316, 92470R2, Superior, that's a trucking company, 7EGP629, see, 4LZL954 is that license on that large truck, says Superior. License 8UTG742. 6MQM962, I believe. Let me see that one. 7KZT701. License 6XOZ195, 8DST647, 08Z8651. I can't even see the rest of one. 8EWD278, and 8GQU446 in Omnitrans Crossing Path. License 8RDV678, 67750F2, 54496U2. One 2827X1, 7RIZ844, 7THX492, 7YSS, I can't really see that one, 8KFK331, 8AKJ862, K15, I can't see the rest of them, 8WIW683, 6YEK212, 6HPR211, 5CLD397, 5ZBK274, 7RKU064, 5ZBA632, 7KYB711, 5ZCW643, 8NLF424, 7AMK340, 8DQT708, 7FBH032, 8DMJ475, 7PVS321, 51223S1, 6FFJ774, 6PVF637, LUV49RS, 0572M handicap. I can't really see that one. V410SL, 8KWU444, 6ZVP805, 8TXR120, 7XRF231, 8TEE609, 8TNA945, 7JMB 849, I believe. Or 4, you can scratch that, I can't see that. 7WCL753, 8RAV, I can't see the rest of it. 6NAU231. Yeah, I read that one already. 7KEK401, 6CRW885, 8WO2773, 8JYA474, 8BQK364, 8URJ809, 8NLW612, 7JQP395, 35447X7, paper, 7MLV844, 5YLL695, 6ZSM952, but I can't really see the rest of them that clearly, 8CEH655, 6ZXN599, 5AMY268, 94081H3, 5SXJ153, 5ULL488, 7MLL883, 5MBY275, 8RVA669, 4X98527, I believe, JGA1GF Arizona, 8LQH556, 7LVT503, 4484 3F3, 6KWU684, 7CZU631, 8JZH, can't really see that one, 6EGE093, 7KDR688, 8CXW151, RGW3843 Texas, 8HXN940, 7ROX439, 8TKR761, 8PMN331, 6KNR504, 8PBE328, 8VIT167, 7YSC328, 8YMN, 8PM, yeah, right on. 833341X, Washington, 6YWX972, I can't see that one, 8ZEG1, or 379, excuse me, 7BXN461, 8EMM311, 59911A3, 7RFG905, 8RYY020, 7WJL115. It's currently 6:59 p.m. Showing you what's the fake moon over all of these demons. I took a picture of it. It's right here at the freeway entrance where the freeway exit where I'm standing, where the demons are lined up, where direct light is present. This is the pattern of conduct with regard to understanding the environment, not the actual moon. These are demons, and they're stalkers. All the hallmarks are present. In other words, license 6JGJ779, 8TVE4, I read that one, 8VAB152. And I just took a picture of it. You can see it over the vehicles at 6:59 p.m. 7MWF352, 41719T2, 7XNE 175, 8PPC 043, 8XGS 014, 8AKK 357, 52217D2, 50548L2, 6WWT 094, I believe. It's currently 7:01 p.m. Just want to point out, you've got big picture showing you about this fake sun, 6MMV048 being on one street all day. You think the actual moon's on the same street where the fake sun is over the same street all day long? You think so? It's not. Just letting you know. Just asking a question that I already know the answer to. This is indeed the ongoing demonic environment. These are indeed the demon possessed, and they are indeed stalking. License plate 8EF. I can't really see that one. CB2D. I can't see that one. That's a paper plate. And it's entirely pathetic. Entirely. So pathetic. I gotta tell you their names because I'm gonna prosecute them amongst other things. License 7KKM441, 8UFF265, 8VZZ034, 7AOE503, 8JXK657, 6GFX877, 8SQD275, 8DFU581, 8AUL306, 8YTY068, 6VAT103, 8ZLY244, 71172J2, 7TNL887, 91242T2, 8ZYN683, 6KFR998, 7VRG307, 8EEX265, 7UGY777, 6EGC633, 6YXD372, 7YFJ199, 7AWK549, I believe. Can't really see that one. 7CXW. I can't see the rest of them. 7V79186, 7DGN917, 7VBY498, 6SBT903. License 8A72617, 8DHM901, let's see, 7LBZ475, 8WLK637, 8VZD512, 6ZMM397, 8LIF606, 8SKN375, 8JQL540, 6GDZ169, I believe. License 8GVL777, 8WSE842, EX078 handicap, 7DNB556, 52590G3, 8T45223, EX078 handicap. Yeah, that's right. License 8CEA661, 8WSE842, 6MEJ026, 2270572, 31738M2, 7YKX096, I believe. 4JOM527, 7FSU569, 8EJS697, 7AGT371, 6WCK730, 7JSA226, 8FOV432, 8TNT870, 62618K2, 8LXJ405, 7YDS352,
7FMW016, 7XEU571, 7NFA909, U230KO, 5UFA169, 8SUG452, 6CEB547, 8NPR969, 72431S2, 8LIK078, I believe, 6LUN786, BE26X16 paper, 6E91488, 7XLH889, BP917101, 8SNM935, 8LBE612, 7WSG393, CB50809 paper, 8TM, can't see that one, 8DHH395, 7XTA881, 7KJF934, 7UZB880, 7SWS944, 8MZM483, 6MEY617, AGPN165, that's a demon, and they're under the fake moon creating amplified audible activity while they are stalking somebody else. And the fact that they're a stalker and they're listening to that truth be spoken about them, that's how pathetic they are. And they're also driving a loud car because they're generally a loser. It's currently 7:07 p.m. You're definitely a loser when you're serving Satan and you're out in the streets stalking. I mean, as a group, like this is what you do. It's currently 7:07 p.m. and that is the fake moon that's right there while they're patrolling. That's the same freeway where I'm showing you at all times of the day, 3:54 p.m., 7:35 in the morning, 7:09 in the morning. You're talking about during the 9 o'clock hour, the 11 o'clock hour, the fake sun right there over that same street at all times of the day. In other words, not the actual sun, the fake moon right there at that same location over me, where they are patrolling all around, being the demons that they are. That's the people of the state. It is currently 7:08 p.m. P.O.C. All right, and the people are molesting from the opposite side of what is 6th Street, so I'm walking on the southbound side, and demons are turning from 6th Street onto Euclid Avenue and touching me from the opposite side of the street. That's impossible let activity. These are sex offenders that are monitoring. 7YWY419, 8RVU665. That is literally the demon possessed, and they are violent sex offenders. 345JA handicap. 7WST863, 7NHL518, 7DGC151, 8LN, can't really see the rest of that one. And it's the same. These are lined up at the intersection, stalking, waiting to touch, and also molesting with the demons on the opposite side of the street where that light is reaching over to touch me. These are sex offenders, 6TTE572, group stalking at 6th Street and Euclid Avenue in order to partake in that sexual violence with the government. That's stalking with a fake moon over my head and by helicopters. License 8DXA536. 8RVJ597. I read that one already. License 8RVJ597, 8URZ711, 7ZJJ889. It is, by the way, 7:10 p.m. Let's see, 8K. Oh, I can't really see that one. 5. I can't see that one either. Let's see, 8YYW172, I believe. See, 7KXG 852. This is the sex offender license 8AZD333, a fat white one. Stalking license 8RIG 417. License plate 6VED 805, I read that one. 8FLL 139, 7EML 319, 8VQJ, can't see the one. 7LNI 232. 8KWU 850, 7X 66327, 6JAV, can't see the rest of one. 6NPU 212, 5JUR 123, 6PDB 529, or 6PBD 529, excuse me, 8PJX 389, Nevada 293 P62. Coming all the way from the state of Nevada to engage in molestation, stalking, interstate stalking. There was no sun over the state of Nevada. BHW845, I believe, Washington, 7LVN 338. The fake sun remains over me and on one street in Ontario, California. All right, that's bad news for Nevada. Because the question is, what's making it so hot? Because there definitely is a light source in the sky. I've been there tons of times. And it did not remain on Holt Boulevard and Euclid Avenue over the Upland Public Library. 7UWK 143, 6PNM 171, 8NHU 626, 8W, I can't really see that one. 8JGS 850. Tracking my steps, the sex offender 8VAX 853, 7RGF 449. All right, these are minions, the demon possessed, group stalking at night, following everywhere that I'm going, and engaging in a massive molestation. Alrighty, it is currently 7:13 p.m. Again, you're understanding the significance of this. This is a demonic orgy. They're all following me around and touching with light all together. That is a perpetual sex offender. That's to be recognized under federal law. As I'm documenting it, and you're understanding the necessity of that legislation, it is entirely violent and sexually predatory as well. You have the same mindset as any other sex offender touching on whatever you consider to be more disgusting, touching on little babies, touching on their genitalia. It's the same thing they're doing it with light. They're engaging in that same predatory conduct, 6XKN067, and it's serving what is monitoring with communication devices. All right, the government's going to be prosecuted for that. You're talking about what is that equally predatory mindset, that equally violative conduct to the person, while you are even more so stalking and doing so as an entity, as a people. All right, that's what you're doing when you are reaching across the street and light is touching all over my body because you want to stalk where I'm walking. That's absolutely ridiculous, and it's also entirely demonic, straight out of hell. Okay, so you're talking about what's more than one. It is the sex offender, it's also the terrorist. Alrighty, it's currently 7:04 p.m. C, license 8YCL091. Uh, 8LQT482, 8TGJ283. All right, directed light. The people are monitoring at 208 6th Street. Demons are patrolling on this street in order to follow me as I'm walking. At this property is license plate 5SHS740. C, license 4YWJ049. License 6TTM264. Um, 8BET082. License plate 7AVC093, excuse me, 7AVC093. And 7EVZ755. License 8WGC201. This is license 8XBD091. PIP 938. TBH 202. I'm walking on Columbia now. See, this is a large trailer, 4GAB 840, and this is license plate 39061S2. I'm at Columbia and Ladani, 7FB2975. KZM 561. GEG 133. You know how many of these minions just hop into their car because they're maintaining presence as I stand out on an intersection and read license plates? They just hop into their vehicle in order to engage in crossing path. You have to maintain crossing path with communication devices. These minions just hop in their car. They're all living around here or coming from wherever they're coming from. It's very easy. In other words, I'm speaking to the pattern of conduct. It is all of the people of the state. I'm reading the same demon's license plate, driving by the vehicle, aiming directed light, driving by me on the streets under the fake sun, touching, molesting with directed light, terrorizing with directed light, and then going back to their wherever it is that they live. And I'm reading, these are the same minions, okay? 7WGZ302, 62307V2. 5JBR798. 4YLJ611. In case I didn't read that one. 4LUJ368, I believe. License 6XWC903. 6KWC903, excuse me. License 8GXS365. And license 8UTE420. B11601. 75935A1, 7DZX214, 4PWY585. I am on Columbia and Hawthorne. See, this is license 8YDM675. It's 40234S2. SLY343. All right, there are minions at what is 1329 Columbia. They're definitely monitoring. My shadow's appearing way far ahead of me, and I have 2 of them. It looks like it's a creeper walking in front of me at a distance, but it's my shadow. 6RZK906 lives here at 1329 Columbia. That not only is that demonic, these are the demon possessed. That's also a light activity. They're monitoring while they are in relevant position in what is a venue that they live, as I'm documenting that address. That represents the people of the state. It is the case with all of them. All of them. 7YWU176. It literally looks like there's a creeper walking in front of me, but it's not. It's my own shadow that is upright, moving in front of me, while I have a shadow that's also like on the ground close to me. I've shown you this before. That's exactly what's going on. This is entirely demonic. 8RSP494. License plate BJ57665. I'm on Columbia at 5th Street. Those are demons that know where I'm at, creating audible activity. And these demons over here, and I'm going to read all these license plates over here because they're monitoring. It is currently 7:25 p.m. I'm at, crossing 5th Street. I'm at Columbia. So you understand the conduct of demons. They'll start blasting their music. They're in direct light. Everything that you are witnessing, everything you see, everything that you hear, it's intentional conduct for monitoring. That's what the demon possessed do. All right, 7SQP876. While you are playing loud music and the fake sun is above, that's a demon that's monitoring. All right, while you are blasting loud music and engaging, or I'll keep using that because that's the example that you heard right now. Blasting loud music while I have 2 shadows in front of me, that's a demon that's monitoring. 8AUN178, license 8CQM932, license 8LWS059. 7Z63504, and all of these demons inside of their residences, they're called third-party facilitating venues. They're monitoring as well. That's why you have that light activity, and that's why you have that loud playing music. It's a means of facilitation. This is 5th Street in Columbia. Demons just driving all up and down the streets, repeatedly driving past. They're stalking. License 7WJL218. License 7HIM287. Those are demons that are pacing. They drive by at the same time in opposite directions. That's demonic pacing and the engineered light. License 8RIN470. This is P.O.C. on 5th Street, off of Euclid Avenue, so in between Columbia and Euclid Avenue on 5th Street. That's where I'm at. License plate 7KTX616. This is an old truck, 484JA. That's handicap on this old truck. License 8FFE452. 8PIC122. The directed light upon blasting of music, that's the P.O.C. License 7XCN679. The blasting music is nothing but audible activity. License 8FJC655. 8ZEN788. 8HGH779. See 6HPM 172 or 162. I can't really see that one. That is 6HPM 762. And that is X2L. Oh, I can't really see that one. Scratch that one. Let's see. 6HFL 908. Six TCK 272, 8 LSA 305, REANNES. License 8 BAY 354, 7 DCE 303, 8 YMM 803. See 8 FIT 802. Oh, that's perfect. Let's see. 8P 34C85. License CA71Y87 paper. 7SKW 180. 8 GKH 375. 6 PJX 877. Let's see, 8 LRM 398. (80308U1) 8 ABD 194. License plate, see, 7NHZ536, star STDDED, BF54L24, that's paper. And these are license plates that are on the street, off of 5th Street. This specific street that I'm on is called College Way. The 1300th block of College Way and 5th Street. Let's see. Yeah, I already read the license. 8 PIC 122. That's a demon using it as a means of stalking with light right now. So they just press their alarm keys to make their lights flash. That's a demon. CA51Z66 paper. License CA41R88 paper. 31830K2. And they're playing music like you're consumed with the party. They're monitoring. They're demons, knowing exactly where I'm at, using their vehicle while I stand by it. These are demons. 4465882. License 31830K2. Let's see. 8 LEC 149. 8 PSZ 247. Okay, K24EVER, 8CJS 407. Let's see. License 5 PLT 296. Okay, 8 FNH 913, 8 ZAY 679. 8 YYW 713, 7 SIZ 242, 80767F3. That's a molestation while they sound their alarm. License 8 UHT 900 is acting with that third party. And so is license 8 HXB 130. License 7 BNY 160. I'll remind you about that license plate. I already read it. They're using their vehicles as activity creation. BEC 1987. That is license 8 FEE 452. They're setting off their own alarm. There's nothing around it. It's a means of activity while I walk around and get the other side of the street's license plate. 474DH, handicap is monitoring to that license plate. D627K, oh, I'm sorry, that's B627KO. As you pay attention, you understand what demons do. They are maintaining the ongoing cooperative effort to keep activity that is noise, engineered light. It's ritualistic. 8NTK225. License 7JHN229. License L3800H2. And it's currently 7:35 p.m. This is 59091Z2. The license plate 5JUU279. See, 6L74300, ZFKX769, and this is College Way. This is the opposite side of College Way, off of the same 5th Street. The specific street where I'm reading these license plates right now is called College Way. Demons are patrolling on 5th Street. That's what the alarm is serving. Understand that. It's the method of hazard lights. Understand what this is. The same demon conduct, stalking with hazard lights. Using the car alarm is doing that. 5UN835. I read that license plate. That's facilitation. 448771U1. All of these demons whose license plate that I am reading are monitoring with that demon who's using their vehicle, stalking in the path with hazard lights. Setting off your car alarm is an ongoing malicious effort. You get past what is the outward form, you recognize the patterns. These demons engage in the same conduct over and over and over again. License 7TMK473, 5444 4V2. Sitting in their vehicle monitoring to that, in the dark, stalking, while I am documenting them. 7GUC806. That is a disturbed, whew. That's what Satan does to people. 8YHL419. But let me be clear, this is not insanity, like they don't have control or nothing like that. But I mean, they're demented. This is demon possession. The demon possessed are entirely demented. And I want to be clear, that's federal charges 8FFE452. That's terrorism that the people engage in everywhere. That's going to be judged by federal prosecution. All right, so you want to engage in monitoring, stalking with the government, engaging in that terrorizing conduct of stalking everywhere with light, which is a massive facilitation. The government monitoring you is a threat to your life, so you want to engage in threatening the life of American citizens, doing so on behalf of and in concert with the rest of these demon-possessed psychopaths who, as I've shown you, engage in kidnapping, engage in all manner of harassment, engage in what is attempting to kidnap you, summoning the law enforcement, who are already they're already stalking you together. So you're talking about what is, again, very serious federal charges, and that's why I point that out. It's facilitation. You're monitoring already. That's already an unlawful threat. You're already a terrorist. The people engage in that. That is to be severely penalized. Severely. As often as they engage in it now, that is that which is to be severely penalized. It's currently 7:38 p.m. License 7LWS059. This demon that's touching with directed light. 7HME889. 7SQP876. 8CQM932. 8AUN178. WRU928. 5CBY136. 50784TL. 8320182. 7JWS487. That is EKKO1. It's 7:40 p.m. 8VLY312. 'Sitting on a stoplight, aiming directed light, and then another demon drives by it. This sex offender stalking in the night, license plate 8RZK797. Touching me while I'm on the sidewalk and they are at a distance ahead at an intersection. Aiming light, first of all, is a molestation. Second of all, it's entirely demonic while that sicko is aiming light and then another demon drives through it, creating flashing light. This is the demonic conduct that the people engage in routinely. License 63915A3. At Princeton Street and Columbia. That's where that demon is at the intersection aiming light. This is where impossible audible activity is being amplified at 227 Princeton Street. This is license 5XNE350. That's why directed light is touching my person. That's why I have multiple shadows. That's why demons are amplifying audible activity because I'm subject to the pattern of conduct right now while I'm walking through the neighborhood. 7ZQY388. You also know that where the entity engages in flying over my head by helicopter while I'm walking through the neighborhood reading license plates. That's what happened at Bonnie Bray. Remember that? All right, that's the P.O.C. These minions have nowhere to hide, and I'm going to prosecute them. 8D40164. You can be a demon at your house. You can be a demon at the library. You can be a demon on the freeway. 6YFP193. But now while you're monitoring somebody else, it's called terrorism. And you're stalking. You are stalking. You are an entire psychopath. License. Get this psychopath. Monitoring, and let me be clear, Metrolink is molesting. License plate. See, this sex offender, 5TFO. Let's see, 5TFD708. There you go. Let's see, and this is third-party facilitating venue. 1150 on Columbia. 1150 Columbia in Ontario. 6W99871. Metrolink is molesting as well. I understand. Like any other sex offender that will play some music while you are molesting the person of another without their consent. That's what Metrolink is providing. Audible activity for monitoring. 6RZC952. While that sex offender comes around and touches on me, which is also facilitation, the rest of these minions are in their facilitating venues where they live. Monitoring with communication devices. 6FQB854. I believe I saw that. 8NEF592. License 7NSF076. Hi. Let's see. 8LRR931. License 8DXC161. This minion is on her property creating light activity while directed light is appearing and her shadow is reaching across the sidewalk in front of me, which is light activity. And she's using her property as a means of monitoring as well. She steps outside. The garage is open. This is light. While she is moving in the path, you see this enlarged shadow moving in front of me. And then she's like, hello. That's why I said hi. And I read her license plate. She's monitoring. It's currently 7:45 p.m. And she's also monitoring with this demon. License plate 7BXK165. And this line of demons coming down the street, 4HQH051, molesting. She's monitoring with all of them. License 6MKU461, 7PBD495, 7U94541, 7U94541, yes, 7RSV449. And this is license plate 7VQB256 and CLD7138. That's Arizona. License 7WZZ361, excuse me, 7WZZ361. License 7PLB015. License 3VUE456. Demons patrolling. Just one after another patrolling. That is meeting me at the street, all right? Knowing exactly where I'm at and then having a group of them cross path together. That's called patrolling, and that's the same stalking. And those are demons. 7KHU297. This is the criminal activity of the people of the state living on what is Columbia. This is where I'm walking. I'm walking on Columbia Avenue. These demons are in this neighborhood engaging in the pattern of conduct with the people of the state. License plate 7BNR792. License 303JJW. That's an Oregon plate on that vehicle. Looks like a white male driving it. And with a female passenger. 6UWA365. 7YAC260. 8PCH927. 7NPA. I can't say that one. 7XHC273. This is 7NPA754. Demons are the thirstiest animals ever. This buildup of traffic again in this quaint neighborhood is while they are following me through the neighborhood. That's all that's about. Whew. Anyway, it's currently 7:48 p.m. and that's literally what an entire people are doing. And as pathetic as that is, being that level of pathetic, being so on behalf of a government as an entity, that's terrorism. I mean, that's entirely demented. License plate 7PBZ689 is monitoring with those demons who are tracking my steps in order to engage in that group conduct of crossing paths repeatedly at the next intersection that I walked to. License 5DNV235. License 6UQE741. Directed light coming underneath the vehicle while the demon's not even facing this direction. They are driving what is west on, what street is this? Driving west on Rosewood, and I'm walking south on Columbia. Directed light under the vehicle. That's a stalker. That's a demon too. Stalking with light in the path. That's what the entity is always doing, and that's why the entity is also amplifying plane engines, where I'm right here at the intersection of Columbia and Rosewood. I'm looking for an address because I'm going to give you the location of this venue where the people are monitoring. And directed light appearing underneath that vehicle while they're not. It's directed light, period. I've shown you what the pattern of conduct is directed light, but this is, I mean, the vehicle wasn't even pointing in the direction. The vehicle is driving in the opposite direction, meaning their headlights are aiming straight. Directed light appearing underneath the car, reaching out toward me. That's what demons are. Stalkers. Stalkers. I can't see an address on this house, so let me get this one. Oh, here we go. 303. Yes, that is 303 Rosewood Cut, or Rosewood Court. That's a license plate that I'm read. It's parked on the side of that property. I just want to specify the specific address, but let me be clear. Every single last one of these demons are within the radius. They're monitoring with communication devices. That's why directed light is present. That's why the state is amplifying plane engines. That's why demons are tracking my steps, driving through the intersections in order to maintain ongoing presence. With this stupid light activity that I'm pointing out, light underneath the car, you're stalking. And you're also stalking inside of 303 Rosewood Court. All right, it's currently 7:50 p.m. Right across the street from Rosewood is 304 Rosewood Court. They're monitoring. They're all monitoring. I just want to recite some of these third-party facilitating venues, their addresses, as a means of where I'm located. I'm at the intersection of Rosewood and Columbia. GEN 676 is monitoring. 27083N1 is monitoring. I'm walking on Columbia. Um, 66191N2. At J Street and Columbia. Yeah, J Street and Columbia. All right, all these minions are monitoring. They're using their properties as a means of molestation. When I'm not even walking on the sidewalk, you're talking about what is walking on the asphalt. Using their property lights, that's under the guise of, it's a motion detector. It's molestation and it's demonic. It's stalking with activity. License plate 8FBZ J86 6NAW136. Directed light moving all across this property of 315 J Street. They're monitoring 04805E2. They're engaged in an ongoing sexual molestation. They are monitoring with the entity. That's why they're stalking on the streets. That's why ongoing molestation with directed light is underway. 38213K1. That's called criminal summoning. They're sounding sirens. And the minions at 315 J Street are monitoring with the entity engaging in criminal summoning. 04805E2. That's what the use of sirens is about. 15488M2. (24179J1). That's criminal summoning at 7:58 p.m. License plate. Let's see who's monitoring while the entity is engaging in that. 7T72059. License. Let's see. (6MFS163), 7TJZ804, 7KGJ921. A license 7V79125. That's the same thing as was the car alarm, okay? What you listen to the demons as they act directly, that's the state acting directly. And that is called criminal summoning. License plate 7S26901. And all of these demons whose license plate I'm reading, they're monitoring. 7UZX584. C license 6KZY865. AW59BO3, that's paper. 8AFS825. 4KDS302. These are demons that live on J Street off of Columbia, remember? And I was walking on Columbia, and then I turned to walk. This is license YAAH. Read that demon's license plate. This is where he or she lives. Just getting in their car and crossing paths just like the rest of these demons are. Let's see. License 8BXJ493. And direct a light on the property while concentrating on where I'm at. This stalker is licensed 5LMA496. Stalking with the government that's sounding sirens targeted on where I'm at. And this demon that's stalking in the streets, I'm at the third-party facilitating venue where this demon is parked. YAAH on J Street, where I'm being molested, also on that property. License, I don't see the address right here. 6TRA449 is parked here in front as well. License 30154R1. License 5UYT075. License 49304V1. And this is, see, 6R XA067. Group stalking at Sultana and J Street. 8TNE084, and the entity is surrounding the perimeter with lights, using their vehicle lights. By the entity, I mean the state, using their red and white lights. Yeah, at the end of what is Sultana, where these demons are crossing paths. That's P.O.C. So let me read you addresses. This is J Street. This is where the people are monitoring. This is why the entity is surrounding the perimeter with light. Okay. This is the address of the people of the state engaging in interstate stalking with the government on behalf of the government, which is the case when I'm walking on Euclid Avenue, okay? But I've ventured off of Euclid Avenue. I'm walking through the neighborhood, and I'm identifying the people of the state by license plates, by where they're living at, where they park their vehicles, which are means of criminal conduct, out in the streets. And then they go and park it, and I'm going to walk right by it and read their license plates. It is, I don't see any address. This is where, let's see. Alrighty, this is license 7RSK514. And they also have another license, BV43818. And they are monitoring with the entity that's at the cross street, using their using the emergency vehicles to create light activity. Monitoring with the demons that are driving on the street. License 87750Y2, 5XQN713. Let's see. 8HFP759. Seven MRE 849 and 7BQY 882 8CRJ 186. Okay, here is an address. Yeah, this is 404 J Street. Parked at 404 J Street, MRSAVUR. They're monitoring with the state that's surrounding the perimeter with not only sirens, as you heard, now parked in relevant position using their vehicles as light activity. This facilitation while this demon drives by. 8CRJ186 is just crossing path again, driving back and forth. That's pacing. That's terrorism. It's also terrorism while they're stalking with the entity that's on the at the intersection, creating light activity. This is creating the ease with which that you can monitor with communication devices while demons just repeatedly drive by, or leaving their property, which is a means of creating light activity. Like I just read, these third parties getting in their vehicle and driving off, they're stalking with light. All right, and you are stalking in relevant position at what is a third party facilitating venue. You're not exercising any right. You're not at your house with the liberty to engage in that. It's facilitation. The pattern of conduct is underway. The people don't have any form. 7RKZ 706. And again, this is the property of what is 404 J Street. Take a picture of that. This is where the people are monitoring. This is the neighborhood that I'm at. This is the neighborhood where the entity is surrounding with audible activity using sirens, which is criminal summoning. And also what is loitering in a relevant position using the emergency vehicle lights. It's at the end of the street at Sultana and J Street. All right, license plate 7EZU089. They're monitoring with the state. 6ANS 691, license 7BSK 514, drives off and is just returning. Yeah, that's the venue where I was just at reading their license plate. They just drove off. All they're doing is crossing path using their vehicle. Even if they would have stayed away longer, I'm not saying it's because they immediately came back. I'm letting you know all they're doing, regardless of what you claim you're doing, you are creating light activity, you're stalking in the path, you are stalking at your address where you live. Yes. That's exactly what they're doing. They're monitoring with the state. This is surveillance. 48470R1 is engaging in surveillance with the state that's surrounding with planes, surrounding with sirens, surrounding with lights. And the people of the state that are driving up and down the street they're engaging in what is patrolling. License 8LQT221. 7DNL 378. And this is 318 G Street, excuse me, not 318 G Street, 318 J Street in Ontario. The people of the state monitoring 6XXR160 at 314 J Street in Ontario. That license plate is parked at that property. Again, that's license 6XXR160. C8VWX691, license 8TDG124. License 8ZBA084. At 306 J Street, the entity is monitoring. This is the people of the state at the address again, 306 J Street in Ontario, California. Parked at this property is license 95572E3. License 7ETJ074. License 6CHC913. That is literally the ongoing evidence of monitoring while you hear sirens. It's called audible activity. 8KDR646. Let's see. License 7CSE452. Coming from the audible activity of the sirens. It sounds as though it's coming from behind the house of 304 J Street, right where I'm standing. That's called amplification. Okay, the entity does the same thing with train activity, does the same thing with, for example, elevator activity while I'm in the bathroom. Alrighty, concentrating the audible activity as to where I'm at. 7CSE452 is the third party over here. What is this property? I don't see an address. Is this a restaurant or something?
Yep. Restaurant?
It doesn't look like a house. It's a house? Oh. It's all wide open. 6TBP899. They're monitoring. While the entity is sounding sirens. And they're sitting outside monitoring. That's why I'm asking them, because actually that house did look weird. Didn't look like a regular house. Not that it matters. I'm going to document it the same. I was just curious. License 7SO9918. License 8AMF278. So while you're listening to me converse, let me be clear, I'm documenting them. They're sitting outside monitoring on the property, the third party facilitating venue. No First Amendment, no privacy rights. This is surveillance on behalf of the government. Stalking in the path, in directed light. You do not exercise any First Amendment rights in the state's environment. Second of all, the entity is sounding sirens while they are stalking in the path in the state's environment, as I'm reciting to you the addresses where the people of the state are engaging in criminal conduct. The entity is also, as I already documented, surrounding this perimeter with lights, the emergency vehicle lights, which I saw at Sultana and J Street. Okay. So then I went to read you some more license plates, and I want to tell you the addresses, as I want to document them on my podcast. But again, documentation of prosecution is more than just, it's more than what I'm documenting day to day. I'm prosecuting a people. I am speaking to what is right now with regard to understanding how you document and what is monitoring. It's beyond this street. I'm naming where I'm at. Understand, you're listening to the P.O.C. It's more than what I'm naming now with regard to who's being prosecuted. I'm prosecuting the people of the state. Okay? The people. All of the people. License 6S08847. (61333J3) 7M81976. Demons coming to pace. Here's license plate 6DQH299. Um, 7MB1976. All right, the people at Third Party Facilitating Venue 204 J Street in Ontario, California, monitoring with the people who are sounding sirens and surrounding this very street where I'm at with emergency lights. That's facilitation. That's a demon stalking in the path of light. Third parties are doing the same thing with their hazard lights, okay? All right, that's the same thing. You stalking in the path of light. These are demons that are acting on behalf of the government using ambulances, police vehicles, and fire trucks. The demon-possessed population in those positions, practicing what's demonic. It's demonic conduct. It's ritualistic stalking conduct. It's demonic. It's demented. They are doing it under the guise of what is their job. This is referred to as what is criminal summoning. It's the pattern of conduct. It is facilitation. License 5BEC356. It is entirely demented. All right, they're doing nothing but stalking. That's a dangerous psychopath in positions that they have no business in. And I'm addressing that right now. License plate 6DUU914. (7BBM 907) 58480J3. License C 7848. I guess that's handicap because I can't see anything else on it. It doesn't have any letters, just numbers at 7848. It is currently 8:09 p.m. License 4NXH580, and this demon coming behind me, stalking with activity. They know exactly what I'm doing. You have one that chooses to drive right now. License 8FFD862. Chooses to, first of all, it's directed light that's touching me from behind. You have a demon that is driving toward me while I'm being touched with directed light because their headlights are not touching me from the distance that they are. This is also a demon, as is indicated by their conduct of stalking, that is engaging in what is turning to drive down the street, which is crossing path while I'm being molested with what is directed light at the moment that I turn to approach this property where I'm at now and read their license plates. All right, license. And let me be clear, it is also indicating of what our demons who surround, not just that demon that's engaging in the P.O.C. These demons are in their houses knowing that they're being documented. L15921, they're monitoring. And they're not just monitoring, it's not just criminal. These are demons that know exactly where I'm at. Okay? Know exactly what I'm doing and know what I'm saying. And the stalking conduct by the state, who is using sirens and ambulances and emergency vehicles to stalk, that's also that indicator. They know exactly where I am, know exactly what I'm doing. These are demons. License 9822803. It is currently 8:10 p.m. Let's see. Oh, DSNE 55. E 5YHC 671. The people monitoring with these demons who are patrolling directed light across the property. This is 213 J Street in Ontario, California. The people are monitoring. It's currently 8:11 p.m. This license plate is parked at 213 J Street, 6WAM 625. All right, this demon crossing path stalking at 213 J Street. License 8PGP197. And again, the people are stalking as they live at 213 J Street. I'm just speaking to where I am at, all right? This is speaking to the pattern of conduct as I remain subject to it. You're subject to a government that's stalking you. The government is stalking everywhere. The government is stalking via the people. The people don't have any individual rights where they're present wherever you live. You're a stalker where you live. That's what happens when you're stalking and monitoring with the government as well, by the way. License 6XKM894. And that is revealing also the malice of the system. The people of the state, well, not the people of the state, Satan itself, conjuring up this, engaging in all manner of malice. I mean, you're talking about somebody that is obviously not capable of understanding a legal framework and the nature of criminal conduct that is a matter of a conspiracy, right? Group conduct. 3LVA224. Because where the government is stalking you and the government is obviously doing it vicariously, then you're talking about what is understanding how is the government present where I'm at right now at 213 J Street, and the pattern of conduct is underway. How is this the case? So how are you going to prosecute? Necessarily through the people, wherever the people are, everywhere that the people are. License plate. That demon's speeding by. I'm going to get this license plate right here where I'm at, where he's stalking where I'm at. But you have everywhere that the people are, which is a matter of necessity. It's a matter of justice. It's actually what's happening. So you're going to prosecute what the government is doing. The government can't hide through the people that are living at a particular address while they are engaging what is crossing path in reverse, because they're practicing what's entirely demonic. And also you're talking about what is flipping that on its head. You're talking about you obviously did not anticipate what is the creation of a legal framework whereby you are not escaping what is criminal conduct that you're doing through a bunch of other people. You're doing it with them. Okay. And as a matter of justice, there is no tactic you're engaging in with these people that you are going to slide by with. In other words, you're not going to pacify that. You're going to directly address it. And also you're going to profusely penalize it. Okay. So I want to speak to that. It's 8:14 p.m. And that's what the nature of group stalking is. Thinking you can't identify a stalker where they're at their home. You can't be prosecuted. That's a lie. 8AYF268, that's a fantastical delusion by a psychopath. Demons and only lie to, they lie to everybody else, they lie to each other, okay? Because that's not even the truth. That's not even the truth, but for my own documentation, that's not true. That's not an objective fact that you can't be prosecuted as a stalker, identified as a stalker because you live at a certain place. Actually, that's not even true. But this isn't the case. The government is present through the people. The people live wherever, they work wherever. That's how the system is underway in plain sight. It's called public corruption. 8G36706, 8YHE343. And it's nothing more than what is egregious that the entity sought to engage in that sort of malice. And that is literally the mindset, the short-minded. And I don't think it's very well thought out. I don't think it's genius. I don't think it's sophisticated at all. I sat back and I watched and I observed, and I understood this pattern of conduct, and I was like, that's what you're doing? I mean, I'm not saying that it's anything small. It's unfathomable, okay? I'm documenting it. I know it, but I'm sitting back and I'm like, you really think that you're going to get away with that? Because, oh, yeah, I don't think so. 6NAW136, and that is literally the mindset. You're dealing with the demonic. All right. And you're talking about what is that impunity with which the people conduct themselves, at least as I began documenting at the beginning. Oh, you're convinced you're going to get away with this because you're supposed to be a stranger and I'm supposed to be some paranoid schizophrenic. All right. And you've never met me. And so how am I stalking you? What are you talking about? I live here. What are you talking about? I work here. What are you talking about? 04805E2. These are all the arguments. It's not an argument, but these are all the, let me be clear, the assertions that a third party or state actor will make, in addition to what are, again, the criminal acts of criminal defamation upon kidnapping, engaging in what is obstruction of justice. But this is the pattern of conduct where under the false idea, the false notion, it's absolutely false that you cannot be found as a stalker while you are at your own home. So you're talking about what is traditional stalking. All right, when you're in the property of somebody who you're claiming to be stalking them, okay, under existing law, that is the case. This is not what the government is doing. It's the government's pattern of conduct. The government is present via the people. So you are understanding the true identity. And you're also dealing with the demonic. But let's get with understanding what is the identity. You're not present on your own behalf. I've shown you this on many different ways. The government's flying over your venue where I'm at by helicopter. The government's present through you. All right? The environment. The fake sun is over your venue. The government is present through you. Directed light is moving all over your property and impossibility as well. The government is present through you. And the nature of the crime, it is monitoring. They're monitoring with communication devices. This is what the entity thought ahead of time was so masterful, so intelligent, all right, so subtle that no one would ever be able to suspect it. And you cannot be prosecuted for stalking at your home. Sure, you can't. But this is not traditional stalking. And second of all, this is the government's pattern of conduct. And third of all, the government is doing it through the people of the state. The government is being prosecuted while it is stalking via the people wherever they live. They're not present on their own behalf. They don't even speak on their own behalf. Everything they're doing as an entity. And that's what I'm speaking to with regard to the creation of legislation and understanding that. And that is, again, the unintelligent and ill-equipped, woefully unprepared for what is documentation and the creation of a legal framework whereby you are prosecuting government for exactly what it's doing, exploiting what is the existing law, thinking that based on traditional bases of stalking, oh, you can't be prosecuted for being a stalker at your own address? Okay. Well, this isn't traditional stalking. They're all stalking as an entity and they're doing it on behalf of the state. 7V79125. They're doing it on behalf of the state. And I've shown you through the very pattern of conduct, through the entirety of the entire framework of this stalking system, how that is the case. And that's exactly how you're going to prosecute it. 7S26901. $4KDS302. The government can't do it without the people, okay? The government cannot maintain presence in relevant position without the people. Can't do it, all right? They are relying on the participation, on the presence of the people, and the people are of that same demon possession. This is not ordinary criminal conduct, not only because it's the government that's placing you under surveillance with the people. It's not ordinary because it's satanic. That's why it's also not ordinary under any circumstances. And that is directly relevant with regard to this criminal system because the tactics employed, the methods that are used to engage in what is monitoring by government with the people, every aspect of that is a infliction of suffering that is rooted in what is entirely demented. 8YTT610, 6JMB269. It's 8:20 p.m. License 8YXR 825 and 4TJF 753. 8JAK 479, 7 EMS 183, 8 UTU 688. This demon driving a tow truck, directed light fanning across the property while they approach. I don't see any license plate on that, but 8JAK 479 is monitoring to that demonic light activity that's not created by their headlights. All right, and that's speaking to what is, again, what I was describing earlier, the inability to fathom what is the absolutely necessary based on understanding what the government is doing and who is doing it through. Yeah, you're going to be prosecuted and identified, documented. J278, that's a license plate, and documented at what is your third-party facilitating venue. I'm going to publish that information on the internet. It's a crime scene with regard to what the government is doing there, doing it through you. You're an accomplice, and you very well would be documented at that address. It's called a third-party facilitating venue. That's where you live. You're not exercising any First Amendment rights. You're not there as a private citizen. You're there engaging in what is state surveillance, living in what is relevant position on behalf of the state, maintaining presence on behalf of the state, being a demon where you live while violating the constitutional rights of another. All right, sitting up in their car, group stalking, listening to me, monitoring what that demon that was in a tow truck while directed light is fanning across the property. 7YVS 560 is in front, and this demon's license plate sitting in the dark, 7UBZ 258. License plate 8BHJ 934, license 8SMP 340. See, license 8HIL 945. Seven WVD 486, 7XRA 213, G55OLO 8HJY 137. 7XRA213, I wrote that one. 8SVA, I'll get that one in a second. 8XKB186, and this is license 8SVA 408. I'm at I Street in Sultana. License 7SKA 448. HDU 979. 6BNF 588. Y 28407, BF18EF3 paper, 8YWG 937. Oh, this demon wants to pull off before I get their license plate. So pathetic. Satan wants to be a stalker and then wants to run away. License plate 8NT 8NT Z247. Let's get all these license plates. The license plate that I already read, this other demon, replaces the other one, the one that runs away. 8XBW222. The license plate that I read, they park in the same position where the other demon ran off. And it is indeed running off. They're monitoring the documentation. They are stalking. Know exactly what I'm saying, and also know that I'm documenting, and drives off before I'm able to see their license plate. The license plate that I did recite, they replaced that third party. Sitting there, remaining light, keeping light around the perimeter. 7LBS 650 is monitoring with that demon who's creating that facilitating activity. 8MCK 951, 6JTY 936. See, 46928F2, 8PCM 417, 6KEZ 224, 7DVL 152, It's 8:25 p.m. 7BNZ 180. 7RES 713. I think I read that one already. And I believe this is 8VZD 278. CWW 719. 6 U.S.C 593. 8 HDY 730, I believe. 8. Oh, yeah, I read that one already. License 8CQ, hold on, 8COY or 8CQY? 8CQY 844. Um, 7SHJ 809. 8KJB 721. 7UWK 143, 7EZU 895, 69091Z2, what is that? Well, this is a trailer park. I mean, I'm like a little, I guess a little carrier trailer thingy. It's got a license on it. I'm going to read it. 4TX5459. License 3VMP 360, and this demon stalking with activity is license plate 8VBA 664, and following behind that demon is license plate 8HQA 434. Eight VZF 049, 3VMP 360. Let's see, 131Z2. Oh, sorry, 13122J1. 4RQY 552. U27214. 8MDL081 77231K3. Yeah, this is on. 8FRK434. 8U28297. 8N87311. License 8TWH002. Alrighty. see. This minion group stalking over here on the same street where I showed you the fake sun over the non-church. They're molesting. They're stalking using their property. 7NFK195. And 7, I can't really see that one, but this is license 8NIR844. It is currently 8:31 p.m. And let's see, this demon using this as a means of molesting. This is a stalker waiting until I get to position and then they turn onto the property. That's a molestation. It's a method of touching. I did take an image of this third-party group stalker as they are now loitering in rebel position, sitting at the property with their lights on and molesting with the brake lights as well. I took a picture of that. This third-party facilitating venue is, let's see, it is on I Street. The fake moon is right in alignment with me. The same street where the fake sun was in alignment with me. Pay attention to that. This is indeed a sex offender, monitoring with the state. That's the entity. 2 planes are above the property as well. Trying to find, I can't see it. I don't see one, but I was looking at this one over here. That is adjacent to it. Let's say this is 309 East I Street. That's where Chavez Wholesale Flowers is located. This demon is living 2 buildings adjacent to that. Alrighty, using their vehicle as a means of molestation, using their vehicle as a means of stalking with audible activity. You hear that demon close their car door? They're doing it as I'm walking on the sidewalk. While the entity is also hovering with airplanes, opening and closing their doors, the dome light inside of their car comes on and off. This is a demon and a sex offender. Living adjacent to what is the Chavez Wholesale Flowers on I Street, that's P.O.C. and engaging in that molestation on behalf of the people. And the fake sun that's in alignment with me on this street this morning, the fake moon is in alignment with me on the street. It is 8:33 p.m. No, you can give me your license plate again. What is that?
For what?
8NTR844. Okay, got it. It is 8:33 p.m. Whew, that's a psychopath for you. Do you need something? Oh, for what? While they are molesting your body. Stalking, waiting until the second that you're in a position for them to touch you with light, and they engage in that sort of conduct. So like I said, you're going to prosecute the people. This is terrorism. The conduct of the demon possessed who are malicious psychopaths. That's the conduct, the audible activity of a psychopath. 6HBG784. Let's see, that demon that lives, that is engaging in that molestation at that property that lives in between Chavez Wholesale Flowers and what is the Freedom Group at 209 I Street. All right, this the people of the state live next door at 203 I Street. I just want to speak to what is the address because I couldn't see a property address on that specific minion's. Assuming that they even live there, that's where they stopped, they parked their vehicle and are patrolling back and forth and are using the vehicle as a means of light activity. Like I said, it's currently 8:34 p.m. And I also took a picture of what is the fake moon. This is the same I Street where I was this morning, speaking to what is the light source that is moving as I'm capturing it over the alignment, over the 10 freeway. It's keeping in alignment with me as I am walking south back toward the museum in the same way that during the day the state is keeping a fake sun as I'm walking north to the Upland Public Library. Okay, 6DRL127. CA92X08 paper. It's a demon. License plate. C, license 8WUH083. They are stalking with and on behalf of the government that is using sirens to follow you around with noise. Your shadow, you've got multiple shadows around you. you have what is not even the actual sun that remains over your head during the day. You have what is the demonic environment while the entity engages in trying to play hide and seek with directed light inside of addresses such as the Open Public Library. It's there, now you see it, now you don't, and it's not even sunlight, it's engineered light, and that's not even the sun. This is the entity engaging in this sort of conduct, and you listen to a psychopath like that. For what? Well, she is monitoring the documentation. This is the reality, and this is, again, that's why I spell out the P.O.C. I want you to understand everything that's going on, everything that's said. Look at the environment. I'm showing you the P.O.C. You're dealing with the demon possessed. You are dealing with the demon possessed. Absolute evil. Evil. Playing stupid. And you are playing stupid. You're stalking. That's all you're doing. And it's actually very, very disturbing, the conduct that they engage in, that sort of audible activity. That is how the people of the state are engaging in what is terrorism, amongst what is also their condition. And that is revealed by what is the demonic environment. And this demon is stalking with audible activity, using the car doors, molesting with light, engaging in what is patrolling back and forth to her car, and then engaging in, is there something wrong? Or, you want my license plate for what? That's what she's stating in reply to what is, all I want is your license plate, minion. That's all I want. License 6RES 265. While my shadow is upright on this demon's vehicle, I'm gonna read her license plate. License 8SDN 696. And this is indeed 7DNX200, the same I Street where I showed you in video the state's fake sun. And that this is at, I believe at 7:53 in the morning where I was at I Street. I'm standing on I Street in front of that demon's property because I'm speaking to what is documenting the people of the state at that address in between Chavez Wholesale Flowers and the Freedom Group. All right, that's where I'm standing. And the fake moon, I took a picture of that because you need to see it. And my location is the same exact I Street where I was this morning at 7:53. This is, again, the center of the universe over my head. And I just love to get, because I'm going to prosecute with that. And you need to understand, because I'm using that for legislative purposes. You're dealing with animals. Let them create that, because you need to understand the malice that you're dealing with. You need to understand the unstable psychopath. All right? You're talking about what is wicked. It's not smart. You're not persuading anybody. I'm teaching you. I'm showing you. This is exactly how they want to, this is how they conduct themselves when they are engaging in this criminal system. It's an unspoken one. It's out. It's out now. Okay? The secret is out. All right? And the P.O.C. is no longer concealed. What you're doing and what your condition is. And you need to understand the nature of demonic conduct. All right? So it doesn't matter, in other words, what they're talking about. It only matters insofar as creating more of a threat. And I will, it is the position that you are engaging in a very potent, serious threat while the people of the state engage in that sort of passive-aggressive posture with regard to what is honing in on you. You are an obsessed stalker, all right? I've shown you all the ways in which the entity is stalking and the links to which they go in order to continue stalking, to engage in stalking, and the mindset they necessarily have. They are monitoring and aware that you are conscious of the fact that you are being targeted, and then you are listening to what is the content of their speech that comes out of their mouth, which is not lessening a threat. That's very, very disturbing and terrorizing while an entity is doing that. And then out of their mouth speaking, well, what are you talking about? Why do you need my license plate? That's Satan, okay? That's entirely terrorizing. And you need to understand that that is the malice of the system. It is entirely unpersuasive. All right, and this is why it's necessary to document. I'm speaking to what is the establishment of precedent. It's very real. Demonic activity is ongoing. Demonic activity is part of everyday life. It's so much so, there's a whole criminal system built on it, and necessarily about what is intended to remain concealed, right? So subtle that you don't even notice it. But then once you notice it, it like stands out, okay? It's entirely abnormal, and it's right there in your face. All I did was point it out to you. And you're talking about what is occurring in plain sight, and it's supposed to be that which is unquestioned. The people of the state engaging in terrorism by virtue of that, they are supposed to be able to turn a blind eye. And this is what I'm showing you in the video this morning at ARCO. This is the fake sun that's over my head. And let me remind you what I captured at 11 o'clock in the morning at that same ARCO. This is the same time of year. It is indeed not the actual sun. I can make an example of any venue that I've already, any venue I can make an example out of. speaking to what is not possibly the sun as it remains over my head. Not only that is that direct evidence, these demons keep their back to you, engage in conduct such as, what are you talking about? What's wrong? ¿Por qué? While you are talking about what is the fake sun that's over your head, while you're looking in that video this morning at Arco, in Upland, California, directed light is on the roof underneath that gas station hood, while the entity is engaging in the conduct of stalking with simultaneity to whatever it is that I do, while they speak in that manner. That's terrorism. All right? And so that is that which does harm to the target individual. That is that which is causing an unlawful threat to your safety, while they continue to engage in such stalking conduct. And then unpersuasively, it is unpersuasive and it is used against the entity that is stalking on behalf of the government. That is speaking to a dangerous, unstable psychopath, not one that is trying to engage in what is some form of innocence. It is in no way any presentation of some innocent person. It's revealing an unstable person. Because you're talking about what is literally carrying the butcher knife and blood dripping down from it, and you're standing there with a smile on your face, trying to look sweet. Like, what are you talking about? That's a threat. That is a psychopath. That's a threat. Okay? You have the butcher knife in your hand. You're surrounded with the evidence. What you're doing is known, and then you listen to what comes out of their mouth. This is how the people are engaging in terrorism. That's the demon possessed. Okay, so I'm breaking that down because it's very important and it is crucial. It is central to the way in which you're going to structure policy. It's entirely a malicious system from beginning to end, inside and out. All right, and so you're talking about with understanding that pattern of conduct that is very real. I've shown it. It exists. This is real, and how you're going to approach what you are mindful of, how you are familiarized with the character of the animals that are the demon-possessed population. That's a demon that's stalking. So let me read you this demon's license plate who's monitoring with that stalker. P.O.26P.O. That's an equally hostile demon stalking in the path, monitoring with that other demon who's using a vehicle to create audible activity and monitor me. 7FJM685, stalking and monitoring with the same. They're one entity, one and the same. License, it's 8:43 p.m. I'm at G Street and Euclid Avenue. 8 PBV 190. Eight EUR 537. License 6EYD 794. CE7G52011 for MPF 197. OIAPL 8WPE 302. 5YTR 629 7ZER 072. 28671A1. It is 8:44 p.m. 7C WY168, 7EKY807, 8WDL227, 55179Z2, 7RQH035, 7XQS625, 03935V1, 8DTE022, 8ETE700, 55692Z2, 8MWE565, 8HYJ689, 8MWW850, 7SCT691, 7THH746, 8UVA265, 7LLL039, 6FOT212, 8XSS541, CA92L09, that's paper. 7JBX184, BM64M18, that's paper. 8DSS428, 195N47, Nevada. 2PACDON, 8CXF568, 8UBZ489, 8YLV704, 8PDK809, 8JRP604, 8WYJ469. 7DES275, 7LZM060, 7DNG279, 8BKE334, 7RRT 749, 6HCE646, 7903, 7903 4B3, 7FVZ 488, 5BQP477, 7PXW 401, 8UVA2, yeah, that's 6ALM812, 8MPY532, 7UXW620, 5UEC357. Let's see, 7NRH494, 7VRY711, 7ZOX126, 6NMP258, 6VIA720, 8VOL010, 5UEC357, 7UNG657, 8GPX107, 6EHT387, 7LRH948, 83467K1, 8AKC600, 7CTW247. Whoa. Okay. BR84P00, that's paper plate. That's a stalker over here creeping in the back. That's a minion that's monitoring. He's not back there playing craps and dishonest. He's monitoring. And when I'm walking through, by the way, while I'm walking through the parking lot, these demons come out of, this is El Pescador. They hurry up, get to their car so they can keep touching me with light while I'm walking through the parking lot. License 8ZES298. That's okay, because I'm going to just read all their license plates. They're all sex offenders together. They know exactly where I'm at, engaging in what is coming out to get in their vehicles in touch with light while I walk through the parking lot. This demon that's honking while she's touching is license 8DSS428. This is the El Pescador that has a fake scent over the property when I walk past it in the morning. 7LZM060. You read that one already? 8PDK809. El Pescador is a third-party facilitating venue. They are monitoring while I'm walking on the opposite side of the street, and a direct light is streaming all across the property. So while I'm walking through their parking lot right now, they're engaging in a molestation because I'm over here. When I'm on the opposite side of the street and demons are touching with directed light, they are in the venue, drinking, eating, dancing, whatever demons do. They are in there monitoring with communication devices. An ongoing sex offense is underway, and I just documented all the minions who are parked in that in that parking lot. 5CCY172, 68214V2. 8YJZ600, 6CHF438, 8WVK468. So they're patrolling through the parking lot. Heavy traffic in the parking lot where I go. And as soon as I walk in, you have people hurrying up to get to their vehicles and where they position their positions such that they can aim light onto me while they are stalking in the path. It's ongoing facilitation. License 8RMP531. License IW24HO, that's Florida. 8YRK981, 7DQF562, 81668X1, 7BIU797, 7KDE179, BM26MO2 paper, 6ZBJ666, 7BBZ531, 8UTA948, 7CDW817, getting out of their car as I approach. There you go. 8FMR456, 5MFR163. Monitoring with the other demon that's aiming lights from the opposite corner. I have two shadows on the ground in front of me, license 6931J3. And this is what I mean by surveillance. Everywhere that you are going, the government is surrounding through these people, and these people are demon possessed. 8BDU278, 6RAX952, 7EJU276, 5UDE190, 8VQV616, 8ARE448, 6PHB813, 7NTK319, 8G17162. Currently 8:50 p.m. Alrighty, coming around the back of Chevron to touch 12820H3. That is a male, maybe white or Latino. He's got a thick mustache. This is the Chevron that is across the street from Starbucks at 507 North Euclid Avenue. This is the Chevron that's across the street on the same side of the street of Euclid Avenue as the Arco at 434 North Euclid Avenue. This Chevron is located at what is 506 Euclid Avenue in Ontario, California. That's a molestation by Chevron. It's 8:51 a.m. Excuse me, 8:51 p.m. See, 3NEY006. This is the vehicle parked at Chevron. They're molesting me with the third party that drives around to the back of the building in order to touch on my person. They're monitoring together. License 8UIB678. Monitoring, molesting with what is Union Pacific. That's the sound of train activity while I'm at Euclid Avenue and E Street. That's amplification 7XGJ306 and so is 6MEZ041. Group stalking at Arco. Starbucks at 507 North Euclid Avenue is monitoring while I'm being molested and that amplified audible activity is being created. License 8SRX253 is monitoring. 801N3 is monitoring. That's a handicap. All right, and that's an African American male on the cameras at Arco, maintaining presence at the Arco, stalking in the path at the gas station. That's what he's doing. He's stalking while I'm being surrounded with his creation of audible activity under the guise of what is a train. All right, that's audible activity and ongoing molestation. I have 1, 2, 3 shadows in front of me as well. This is the P.O.C. I read that demon's license plate. That's at Arco. It is currently 8:56 p.m. 8ROU699, 7R29245, 8TBG128. That's Papa John's. Directed light inside of Papa John's. They're monitoring, and I've specifically documented that before. Directed light touching my person. I'm in front of Papa John's the other morning where you're looking at orange color directed light just appearing in the shade underneath the structure of the, like I'm not only on the sidewalk and all of this is covered in shade at 6 something in the morning as I documented. You're talking about what is this is the same Papa John's restaurant. I'm just speaking to where I'm at. This is P.O.C. where you ever have this occurrence of directed light. The pattern of conduct is underway on a constant basis. Where you ever have the maintenance of a light source that's supposed to be the sun present over you all day long, when you're capturing that impossibility, you remain subject to the surveillance on a ceaseless basis. I just want to point out that obvious. Like I said, if it's a fake sun on Monday, it remains a fake sun on Tuesday. There is no forgetting what was documented. The entity engages in an ongoing pattern of conduct, ongoing. That literal scientific impossibility is occurring for a very real purpose. 4WTJ208. And it's revealing the secret that everybody's participating in around you. And that's what the Demons of Ontario Police Department are doing right now, visibly crossing paths at the intersection of what would be D Street and Euclid, where I'm walking right now. Monitoring. It's 8:58 p.m. All right, molesting. This sex offender license BS31T94. Paper plate, molesting while the people meet at a whole in Euclid, the whole lot of them here to engage in touching and stalking together, all of them using their phones to engage in surveillance with the state. 8YVF446, 7NDZ766, I believe. It's currently 9:04 p.m. BU67H31 paper, 7VQC219, 7TJV900, 8YUG497, JUJUSD2. It's 9:05 p.m. (90291C1). 7RQH989, 7WEN845, 7TZT066, 8JLF116, I believe. Yeah, 8JLF116. 8WDP301, I believe. And you got the Demons of the Ontario Police Group stalking and directed light as well with the people. All right, the demon you see in front of me, they're monitoring with OPD license BU38V49. They're in the image where the group stalkers, the Ontario Police, are amongst these demons at the Holt and Euclid intersection at 9:06 p.m. License 7TZT066 is monitoring with the Ontario Police, and this is vehicle number 1006. License 1576657. That's a demon. That's just a demon in a police uniform in a police vehicle. These are demons as well, monitoring together. License 6ADC710, DAZ64. License 5, I can't really see that. 4RQT746, I believe, 8UDZ843. And sex offenders alike, while they're monitoring demons engaging in sexual violence. They want to touch all over you with this engineered light, follow you with this engineered light. And that is including, again, that's the image of the stalking conduct of the Ontario Police who are engaged in ongoing kidnapping, 8XHT742, while they are stalking. All right, license plate. License 7MTL326. It's 9:07 p.m. $5YAF71. Can't really see the rest of them. Get this demon's license plate. License 8WTP961. And while these demons are monitoring together, stalking together in directed light with the state that stalks by helicopter and airplanes, 6PQT623, they then engage in what is criminal summoning as though law enforcement is not already stalking with them. That's the psychopath. 7YLA516. That's the psychopath that's going to federal prison for that. All right. License 8WHR353. That's how that system works. You see how entirely malicious that is. And this is speaking to what is confronting that very, very demented and vicious pattern of conduct. And that's an attempt to not only intimidate, you're trying to engage in kidnapping, because that's the whole, you're involving them personally. 8ULN680. The role of the demons of law enforcement are to do nothing other than to harass and intimidate. They're an ongoing escalated method of terrorism and taking what is seizure of your person and or property. This is kidnapping, because they're not exercising any authority under the law. They're stalking, engaging in surveillance, and then they're arriving. They called us here. And they're engaging in surveillance the whole time. Okay, and so I'm breaking down what is, plain, straight up and down criminal conduct. The intent behind that is to do what, right? Besides threaten, okay? Law enforcement, they're there to exert force, unlawful force, while they know everything that you're doing and saying, stalking, literally the stalker that's then puppets of Satan working for law enforcement. The people of the state, as I have said before, and I say it again, that's why I continue saying it, because you're speaking about what is necessary as a matter of justice, and you're shutting down that aspect of facilitation. They can engage in it, but they're going to federal prison when they engage in it. 8PVV747, 8JJG999, 8Y, I can't see that one, 8EXD123, because that's all that's about. That's all that is about. The freak weirdos, these puppets, are monitoring together, and then you're calling them, like in your alternate universe, where you are the only one lying to yourself, okay? And this is how you are surrounding these demons, the demon-possessed population, with legislation, understanding how they operate, understanding the malice of the system, understanding the different modes of facilitation, period. Facilitation to engage in what is unlawful harassment while you're monitoring and stalking with the government and you're a demon, that's federal prison. License plate 7RZC763, 8VPY964, 8GNA148, I believe. It's currently 9:10 p.m. And that is just a precious picture of documentation. They're in directed light, moving directed light. The traffic light shadows, the vehicle shadows are appearing on a brick wall behind. That's called directed light. While the demons of the Ontario Police and the demons that are the people of the state are stalking together. License 42650T2. 621171C3. 78EZ293. Those are sex offenders, and that includes the sex offenders that are the Ontario Police Department. Okay, they're one entity acting together. It's 9:11 p.m. All right, these demons engaging in ongoing molestation. They are definitely demons. 7WSK345. 7HJ2, or I can't really see that one. 8SHJ965, I believe. Can't really see it. The last two characters, I can't really see it that clearly. License 8PM, I can't see that one. Let me just scratch that one. 7WPJ549. 7FQR9. Couldn't see that second to last character. You could scratch that one. It's 9:12 p.m. The good thing is that not only with prosecution, but this is, and if you did not know, the demon possessed are real. They're not in scary movies. They're in real life. They live next door to you. They probably live in wherever it is that you're living. 8YXS802. And the ridiculous, it's just the ongoing symptoms, and it is something that is, for such a time as this, it's obviously something that needs to be known to the world. The demon possessed are no longer to exist among us and do so in covertly, and that is literally what my body of evidence is. Not only serving for prosecution, it's literally a study of what is demonic and the demon possessed population and the symptoms of that. And it's through the environment. You don't have to know that demon's name. You know their condition by where they're at, what they're doing, and it is literally uniform. Literally, I call it stupid because it is. It's stupid light activity. These are demons. They're demons, all of them. It's so pathetic, too. They're just sitting up in their cars, coming down to that. That's why I rock through the neighborhood and read those demons' license plate. Just hopping in their car, know exactly where I'm at, coming across path. Light activity all over the place. Has nothing to do with their headlights. They're advertising the presence of demons. License plate 8YAW952. And if you haven't noticed already, it does not matter what the zip code is. The demons of Upland, California, the same entity of the that are speaking as I'm documenting the demons of Ontario, California. This is the government, and this is the demon-possessed population. All right, license 8MMY012. 4SFP993. 6VNA 120 9207 2F2. 4SFP 953, I believe, or 958. Can't really see that one. It's 9:15 p.m. License plate 67678H3. SLM893. See, 93SLICK. 5FKP694, 8REU045, CA43C84 paper. All of them molesting. My shadow is appearing. Not only is it behind me, but it is like behind me at an angle, diagonally behind me, on this brick wall, moving, fanning. It's absolute. This is why I'm stupid. These are demons. These are demons, including license 1576657, vehicle 1006. That's the demon. That's the same male, driving around in circles and listening to me document him as well. It is currently 9:17 p.m. 6MVY973. The same pacing conduct. They're doing so in the aggregate. You have what is the entity taking turns as though it's like double Dutch. I'm going to cross path now. I'm going to cross path now. I'm going to cross path. Oh, my turn. I'm going to cross path now. 8KQS758. License 7BLY050. And you remember while 8KQS758 is crossing path, these are demons. That's why my shadow is appearing diagonally behind me, moving in motion, enlarged in size on this brick wall that is way behind. And this is when the demon that is the Ontario Police Department officer, the same one who knows that I documented him about 8 minutes ago, is just crossing path again, stalking, and doing so in that directed light. All right, that's speaking to not only the stalker, but a demon-possessed one. License 8YNL261. License 8DFZ171, 5UUJ017, 8KU. I can't really see that one. I think I read this one already. This is the demon 8YNL260. It's not even his headlights, it's directed light moving on the asphalt in front of his car. This is the night version of the directed light moving on the ground during the day. Has nothing to do with the fake sun, they're demons. License 8T60V68 paper, 6VIA567, 7JJL963. Comes Ontario Police again. Alrighty, that is vehicle 1006. All right, monitoring with OPD, license. Let's see, I can't really see them, but we'll happily send you back to Mexico. All right, you don't even belong out here monitoring American citizens with the demons of the Ontario Police Department, okay, who are going to federal prison. Alrighty, license 7GJN779, monitoring and threatening with OPD. That's what these demons are doing, sitting in traffic, stalking together. 8TTA664, license. This is a threat by the demon possessed while these kidnappers and sex offenders stalk together. BU7ZP40, stalking 9D291C1. And you want to threaten together, you'll end up in federal prison together, because that's the significance. They're stalking in the path, and this is a terrorizing threat while OPD is repeatedly crossing path. They're all monitoring the documentation together. They're all going to be prosecuted together. So I took a picture of that. Understand 7GJN779 group stalking, BF44S58 paper plate, license 7ZGS027. License, let me see, 8RBU883. Excuse me. 5XIH497. Alrighty, took an image of that. The people, all those license plates I captured, they're in relevant position at Hope Boulevard, monitoring with vehicle 1006. That's the same Caucasian male, pacing around in the Ontario Police pacing around in that vehicle. License 8KUR674. And remember, you're not only talking about the pattern of conduct, relevant positioning, directed light, audible activity. You're talking about what are demons, right? Their conduct also has, with regard to what is the identity and with regard to what is inherently demonic, all manner of what is reasonably construed as a threat. And this is also the demon-possessed law enforcement agency repeatedly engaged in acts of kidnapping while they are also monitoring the documentation. 7WFR661. The people of the state engage in threatening in this manner as well. And that's why I'm documenting the specific third parties who are present, stalking, communicating a threat. You prosecute for that specific threat. All right, that's the conduct of demons. That's the conduct of demons, and you prosecute them for that. Federal law is not going to treat such threatening conduct very kindly at all. You're going to severely penalize for that. 6F05900. It is currently, let me see, 8ZGR 623, 7LVC 301, 8AHL 016, 162 S80, that's Nevada. All of them stalking with law enforcement. They make that abundantly clear while they stalk together. Visibly, okay, because OPD, I mean not OPD alone, but law enforcement is always maintaining relevant positioning where state surveillance is underway. They visibly cross paths to communicate a threat. Understand, these are also demons intentionally engaging in that to communicate a threat. You're going to prosecute for that. You document that. Oh, you want to threaten? Oh, you want to go to federal prison today? That's what you want to do. You want to go to federal prison. That must be what you want. It's currently 9:22 p.m. This is the entity that engaged in repeated acts of kidnapping. License SUAVE. Let me get that. 8WFM 828 is the back license plate. It has suave, some bull crap on the front of this stalker's car. Ain't nothing suave about stalking. Nothing suave about directed light either, or demon possession. License. It's 9:23 p.m. 7TKZ793. 8VGH751, I believe. It's the same thing when the people are monitoring as the state stalks by helicopter. 8WHW. I can't really see the rest of them. It's the same thing. So that's why I'm documenting it. We're going to run the tape back. We will run the tape back. License plate 8UND513. (91170E2). It says TCP 25377P on the front of that truck. It's a suburban SUV truck. 7LM. Oh, I can't really see that one. 52073L1. Metro 102, group stalking in that parking lot. Stalking around the perimeter with light, monitoring with law enforcement. 8ULP164. Papa John's crossing path, monitoring with law enforcement. License 7PZZ908. Not consumed with delivering pizza. Let me be clear. That is that business, that logo. It's incidental to what is ongoing surveillance and threatening and monitoring with law enforcement as they are demonstrating 70LM477. That's the last license plate. All right. 9:25 p.m. It's currently the time 6NLA620. It is, excuse me, like I was saying, 9:25 p.m. 6CRL962. Omnitrans group stalking, loitering in relevant position at Lemon and Hope Boulevard, creating light activity. This is a demon using a public bus, means of transportation. That's a demon driving that bus, stalking in the path like law enforcement using emergency vehicles, like these demons stalking around the perimeter using flashes. That's what Omnitrans is doing. It is no form as they have a logo on their bus. None. They're third parties. They are demons alike. It's currently 9:26 p.m. and Omnitrans is monitoring and stalking and terrorizing with law enforcement. 7VJU088, directed light moving across the building of 150 East Holt, which is absolutely ridiculously stupid light activity at nightfall while Omnitrans gets into the lane to stop at the red light. This is Route 61. I'm going to read you the license plate of this terrorist that's driving this bus. This is Route 61 at 9:26 p.m. License 1370395. Monitoring, facilitating the criminal monitoring by 9ABR 575 6PDG 859. That's why that impossible light activity, which is demonic, moves across the building of the county building at 150 East Hope Boulevard. Excuse me. License 6XIF 321. These are the demons that are monitoring and stalking with the Ontario Police Department. That is bus number 1324. That's Omnitrans that's documented engaged in kidnapping as well. License. I read their license plate already. That's the company engaging in what is kidnapping. using what is a means to communicate a threat while they're engaged in state surveillance. They exercise that same knowledge, stalking in the path while an ongoing kidnapping by entity is underway. The same kidnapping perpetrated by the demon-possessed agency, the Ontario Police, who are also intentionally stalking right now and communicating a threat with this entity. All right, so like I said, that's a very real prosecution. Documenting all of it, you remain cognizant of all of that while you continue to document an ongoing pattern of conduct. An ongoing pattern of conduct. It is currently 9:27 p.m. 7CNF. I can't really see that one. You can scratch that. I'll get that in a second. 7Z. Oh, scratch that one. 6GRL993. Excuse me, I'm saying the wrong characters. License plate 6CKA400 and 7CNF188. Just like I was telling you, this directed light conduct that I'm capturing on the road, not where these demons are crossing paths, it's not because they're driving underneath the fake sun. It happens when they are driving by under the shade. It happens when it is nightfall, just like I documented by Omnitrans. 7JB, I can't really see the rest of that one. The demon that is at the Arco gas station this morning, under the fake sun, that's where I'm at 8:31 in the morning. They are driving by and directed light is ricocheting. That's supposed to be the form. That's not even form. Sunlight doesn't do that. And they're driving on the property of the Arco, where they are driving what is near the covering of the gas station. All right, that's not going to be even, it's not even form. It's nothing other than the coexisting conduct of what is movement past me, crossing path that is, and light moving rapidly. 8ALP287. Called directed light. It's directed toward me, it's directed around me, it's directed onto me, and it's coexisting with what is necessarily a demon that is crossing my path. That's what group stalking is. Maintenance all around you. They're monitoring with communication devices. Okay? It's entirely demonic. 8TWX608. 8YMN175. That's what this traffic intersection is all about. That's what these demons driving by at nightfall is all about. Their headlights aren't creating any shadow. The vehicles, there are no shadows of cars that are going to appear moving across this brick wall behind me. My shadow that's a large field behind me. I've shown you this before. That is like 15 to 25 steps away from me right now. And it's enlarged in size on that brick wall. The shapes of vehicles appearing on that. Okay, while you have the entity engaging in repeatedly crossing path in that light, they're demons. And the Ontario Police demon that's driving vehicle 10006 is demonstrating that demon possession. Also demonstrating what is the, not only the desire, but the necessity of federal prison. License 7WKX274, 7FPF252, I believe. What the Ontario Police Department are doing right now, this is the ordinary conduct. This is the type of things that is to be addressed. Under existing federal law, you're talking about federal prison is already mandated. Not demon possession, but federal stalking by law enforcement. You're talking about what is repeatedly engaging in the pattern of conduct, which is routine by law enforcement while they are demons and law enforcement officers engaging in that criminal conduct. You're talking about what is mandated as federal prison. All right, vehicle 10003 and now vehicle 1027. Alrighty, there are two occupants in this vehicle. This is license plate 1591756. Vehicle. Hi, why are you aiming light on me? Why are you aiming light on me? Am I in your way? Okay, that's a molestation. That is a molestation. That's a demon stalking with light as I capture their images. All right, license 8XNF970. License 6VVC036, those two occupants in that vehicle of the Ontario Police, and they are touching me with light unnecessarily, so I'm in the crosswalk. They're at a red light. I walk forward to get their license plate, and I'm walking back, and they go out of their way to touch me with light. That's the sex offender, okay? I read their vehicles. I also took a picture of them, and I even asked them, I said, why are you touching me with light? They're still at a red light, okay? So I'm not in front of their vehicle. I walk forward, and then I start walking back, and they're going out of their way to touch me with light. They're stalking, first of all. Let me just be clear. They're stalking. I document them. They go out of their way to touch with light, get out of the crosswalk. I have the right of way in the crosswalk. That's creation of audible activity. That's also harassment by the entity while they're pacing all around like the demons that they are. The Ontario Police Department, you're talking about what is disbanding, and while I'm documenting them pacing around, they're monitoring the documentation. You're talking about what is federal prison. That's exactly what I was speaking to. The more that I'm documenting them right now, the more these demons, they're like cockroaches, more of them start driving by, more and more and more. Okay, this is mandating what is, and understanding what is the reason for that mandating. Zero policy, zero tolerance with regard to that policy. Interstate stalking by law enforcement, interstate stalking by the demon-possessed law enforcement agencies. That is communicating a terrorizing threat while they're stalking with the people, while they're engaging in what is then sexually violating my person as I'm documenting them, and they're monitoring that documentation. They know exactly what I'm doing while they're stalking. They know exactly who I am repeatedly engaging in kidnapping. They know who I am while they're engaging in federal stalking. License 6AGY573, 8MQZ807, 2GCD805, 8JBB421, 5CNH409, 12478H1. And that's exactly why I'm reciting their vehicles. That's vehicle 1027, vehicle 1003, vehicle 1006. They're patrolling back and forth. Patrolling means crossing path and doing so repeatedly, just driving back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. All right, they're stalking. And documenting it, the fact that they're engaging, they are monitoring the documentation while they are stalking, while they represent law enforcement who have engaged in a pattern of kidnapping. All of this is relevant. We're talking about what is federal prison. Period. All right, that's that policy, and that is how you are treating the demon-possessed as the state acts directly, and not just because they engaged in kidnapping, this particular aspect of the entity, but because of what they represent and what they are doing in concert. It's facilitation. It's a terrorizing threat by virtue of your identity. It is seeking to terrorize while you are of that identity, monitoring the documentation, and you're engaging in criminal conduct. You're going to federal prison for that. All right, and they want to be clear, they engage in sexual violence while they're stalking me and hostile to my documentation. 86342Y2, 7VUP112, 79935B2, 8PDC418, 7HMM663. The people are monitoring, harassing, molesting with the Ontario Police Department. Let me be clear on that. 8W, I can't really see that one. This is no departure from what is the prosecution of the people of the state. They're one entity, but you're going to slice that apart. 8YRZ998. The police, they go to federal prison. Okay, that's the state acting directly. Zero tolerance for that criminal conduct. They have no business in law enforcement. You want to engage in stalking and terrorizing, engaging in what is intimidation while you're engaging in interstate stalking. You're talking about what is federal prison while they are engaging in this method of harassment. What's the analogous flip side to that? For example, a commercial actor, 7YLA516. Such as, name them, I've documented them. You can pick one, anyone. Let's pick Amazon Prime. Engaging in the ongoing pattern of conduct. They know exactly what you're documenting. They engage in the intentional act of visibly appearing to harass you while they continue to monitor you. While law enforcement engages in that same identical conduct, demons doing so. You're talking about what is federal prison. 8MGX668, I believe. They're doing, the entity engaging in this sort of conduct is relevant to the government's ability to maintain surveillance and also to harass and threaten and intimidate while they are acting with impunity. There is absolutely no impunity under federal law, and that's exactly the message to be communicated with regard to that penalty. All right, and so I want to document that that's a deliberate act. It is also entirely demonic. Okay, it's entirely demonic. The molestation of where I am, a molestation of my person with a spotlight on that police vehicle while they are stalking. That is law enforcement is doing nothing other than stalking, and they are not helping the people because it's certainly not a distraction. They're monitoring while I'm being molested. They're monitoring with the police who are being demons driving back and forth in directed light. They're monitoring with the entity while I am documenting it, okay? So, again, as I speak to OPD is crossing paths, OPD is crossing paths with third party, they begin crossing paths even more. That's the conduct of demons. License 6MID708, 7RTS. I can't really see that one. Can't really see that one. It's 9:36 p.m. Monitoring with the entity flying over me by airplane, 7GBR344, and law enforcement, the Ontario Police Department. Metro 102, demons sitting in that parking lot, being demons aiming, keeping light around the perimeter. Metro 102 engaging the P.O.C. That's facilitation, 8XBK392. 7GVL419. And that demon literally said, get out of the crosswalk. I'm supposed to be in the crosswalk. That's literally, this is, again, the exercise of fictitious authority while you are literally the criminal stalking. I'm documenting the fact that the police are stalking and they're literally telling me to get out the crosswalk. I have the right of way. I'm supposed to be in the crosswalk. And I wasn't even in front of his vehicle. Okay? So they're actually like, they're connecting themselves like they're focused on something else, looking down at their seat, focusing on the communication. The moment I take a picture, you're talking about what is immediately touching me with light. While I don't even step in front of their vehicle to take a picture of them, I just walk out a couple feet so I can get the vehicle's image, the front of the image. I want to make sure you can see it. And you're talking about what is touching me with light. That's called stalking with activity. It's demonic. It's a molestation. It's also harassment while they are stalking with activity. License 8TXN697 6PUY265 GS167 handicap H783. That's Nevada. But again, that is demonstrating what is the 7VAX938, the exercise of fictitious authority. I find it particularly despicable. It's nauseating. These minions, I'm going to put them in federal prison, 8FGT460, as they have heard me speak, and you have heard me speak. I'm publishing it because that's exactly what's going to happen. And that's necessary as a matter of justice. 8NMF590, and it's also establishing what's precedent, what law enforcement will be receiving. You are definitely losing your position. You will be going to federal prison. All right, you're talking about what is engaging in what is facilitating the ongoing terrorism and surveillance by American citizens. While you're in law enforcement, you're going to get the worst of the penalty. You're going to federal prison. All right, so it's no more of this engaging in stalking in plain sight, thinking you're communicating a threat while you're doing that, and they know that. All right, just driving by. This is intentional. You're going to federal prison for that. All right, and then you're talking about what is engaging in what is intimidation. Well, that's the criminal effort, and they're demons doing so. You're talking about all manner of addressing that. Okay, when you're in law enforcement, you're a demon-possessed stalker. You don't want to be documented. I'll tell you that much. You're going. That's federal prison, though. That's what these particular officers or what the Ontario Police Department have already engaged in. They know exactly who I am. They are stalking. There is no forum for that. The multiple acts of kidnapping, the ongoing efforts to engage in what are fictitious prosecutions. This is a concession by a government that is sought to engage in multiple acts of obstruction of justice while it knows exactly what I'm documenting about its criminal system with the people of the state. And while it engages in that, I am speaking to what is the necessity of that legislation to put those very actors in federal prison. Lisa Rogan's going to federal prison. I said that 2 years ago. That's exactly what's going to happen. She's going to federal prison with the rest of these minions, who I have a whole list of them, speaking to what's necessary as a matter of justice, speaking to what is uniform policy, though. That's why. License 7PDT030, 8UER561, 8DFS519, 8VIN931. Lisa Rogan is no different. She is a lawless, demon-possessed criminal who is running rampant in what are the court system. And that is speaking to a reflection of the lawlessness that's on the streets as I'm documenting, representing law enforcement. These are demons that need to be put away in cages, engaging in kidnapping. All right. So because you think you can kidnap your way out of justice, that's not going to happen. And I'm also, you are the one that's going to lose your freedom, your reputation, your position. And that is very, very serious with regard to addressing a demon-possessed population and the criminal conduct, the criminal system that surrounds that. 66237B3, 8WDG, I can't really see that one. You can scratch that. And that is what is so egregious about this criminal system. I just can't get over that, though. He uses his speaker, get out of the crosswalk. First of all, I'm supposed to be in the crosswalk. Second of all, you're stalking, and why are you going out of your way to touch me with your spotlight? Do you need to see me or something? What do you do? It's you're a demon that's molesting, and that's harassment. Anyway, I've stated that already. I'm glad to document that because as many as possible of the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, that's why I named as many of the minions as I encountered. But I named them because it's my intent to identify the demon-possessed population by name. And also it is also, speaking to, it's not just the sheriff's department, it's the police departments. They are going to federal prison. That's exactly that's what this is. You're going to federal prison. 8XEK617. And it's currently 9:42 p.m. You got a demon that comes and stands right next to me while they're listening to me tell them that they're going to federal prison. That's exactly what's happening while you're stalking in the path in direct light. This little midget shadow is appearing 25 feet ahead, behind, just like mine is, stalking in directed light. License plate. BU, so that's 8YYF927 is the back license plate. Papers on the front. License 8ZEN891. That's why I repeated it, because you're dealing with what is a demon-possessed entity. And it's a show of hostility. While they engage in this pattern of conduct, it is a show of hostility as well. All right, and so that's the nature of demonic activity. So this is, for example, when I identify Herradura de Oro, for example, I document them. And I documented them because the fake sun is over that building at 5:12 p.m. last Sunday. That's what happened. Okay? 5MRY078. If it was over the T-Mobile building, that's what I would have said. Okay? I'm documenting what's going on. It was over the Herradura de Oro. So that's what I pointed out. 7VCP378. These demons, this is the demonic conduct. This is demonic character. As you identify, it is a show of hostility while they engage in the pattern of conduct. So, for example, while I'm walking past Herradura de Oro later in the evening, they go out of their way to engage in the pattern of conduct overtly, okay? Communicating a threat, communicating hostility, all right? This is what law enforcement does. As I publish more information about them, then they'll show up later that night and engage in sounding their sirens or repeatedly driving by, crossing paths, stalking in view to see. It's a show of hostility. It is also the ongoing stalking conduct. It's the P.O.C. But this is demonic. It is a show of hostility. It's some demonic method of I guess they call themselves getting retribution, but you're not. You're being documented, and you are going to be prosecuted. So it is defeatist in every way. This is the loser just engaging in their own what they do. But with regard to the nature of the demonic conduct, that's what that is. It's a show of hostility. This is a pattern that they engage in. License 8FEN678, 8KAG200, 8TTH692, 7DGR178, I believe, 7KEH700, 6TPK264, and it's 9:44 p.m. 8EUH251. License 6MNU519, 6KHL798, 8M, I can't really see that one, 8UNG981, 4695, 2J2, 0151082, I believe. Let me see it. Anyway, it's currently 9:45 p.m. Alrighty, I want to read these sex offenders. Well, I've been reading. They're all sex offenders, but you're talking about what is essentially the entity just following me back and forth. That's what I document. The entity following from place to place, following as I go from place to place. And that's literally from the library back to the museum. And that is also highlighted by what is stalking by law enforcement, stalking by planes and helicopters. It is the state's pattern of conduct. The people of the state are the vicarious actor. That's how you identify what the people are doing. It starts with the state, so it's the state's pattern of conduct. And the entity, the people of the state, are the vicarious aspect. They are the state. They're in the shoes of the government while this criminal conduct is underway. 5PAZ242. License 8YTM918. They are not present. They're not engaging in anything in their own individual capacity. They're not stalking as an individual. They're stalking as the government. License 7NMF855. 8RQE365. Alrighty. 8DGY750. Hold on. 8MVK538. 7WGQ553, I believe. That is Union Pacific engaging in sexual violence They're creating audible activity while an ongoing molestation is underway. 8HJR358. License 6DET630 7PJW292 3569JF2. It's 9:47 p.m. Got group stalkers maintaining presence at the sidewalk of the museum. And doing so the entire time while I'm standing at the sidewalk. They're stalking in the path. They're also present. 8JSK114 for whenever it is that I walk over there to the museum. The people are stalking. 8DDZ966, 7V66334. And it is currently 9:48 p.m. This is stalking conduct which you are identifying based on what is the directed light that they're standing in, based on what is the stalking conduct by the state, based on what is the amplified audible activity, and then you have what are strangers that stand around and they have no form. They think they're hiding behind anonymity. They're not. They're present on behalf of the government. They're engaging in group stalking, which is a terrorizing threat, while stalkers engaging in that sort of stalking activity where you sleep, hovering over you while you're sleeping, stealing your property, harassing you while they are stalking you. That's what the people of the state have been documenting engaging. That's what they continuously engage in, and they are also doing this while they're monitoring your documentation. It is currently 9:49 p.m. This is what the intersection of Transit and Euclid Ave. All right, these minions that are stalking at the intersection of Transit on foot, they represent the people of the state. That's the government that's manning the path. All right, manning the path where I am going to the museum. They represent not only do they represent the government, they represent the people of the state that are engaging in obsessive hovering stalking. Okay, and those demons that know that they're being documented, not because I'm holding up my phone and saying cheese, okay, but because they know that they know that I am documenting, and well, they know everything that I'm documenting and putting on the internet. You're talking about what is they're standing around as though they're so focused on a conversation. As soon as I stop walking, they're turning the opposite direction because they don't want me to catch their face. I don't need to catch their face. They represent the people who are stalkers. I've already captured that. They are hovering stalkers, and their presence at that sidewalk is for purposes of what is crossing path, engaging in what is surveillance and loitering wherever it is that I sleep, whether it's in a car, whether it's outside, wherever it is, whether it's in a hotel. Demons engaging in that same sort of conduct, hovering and loitering around everywhere that I am. Okay, this is 24-hour surveillance. That's the demonic conduct, and that is shared by law enforcement. Okay, law enforcement is present through those minions who are stalking where I'm walking toward, where the entirety of an entity is focused on what I'm doing. All right, it's currently 9:51 p.m. and I did capture the people of the state group stalking at the museum on the sidewalk and maintaining presence there while I'm standing at the intersection reading license plates. That's called stalking in the path. That's what they're making sure they stay there, right there in the path, in line with me. It's called being in alignment. It is 9:51 p.m. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, it is 9:53 p.m. I want to document while the people are group stalking at the sidewalk. They can look whatever direction that they want. They're stalking with the entity that is maintaining presence by helicopter and stalking by law enforcement, just like I'm capturing when I'm standing outside. They continue to pace around just like that, being stalkers. That's law enforcement, the demon-possessed population that wear law enforcement uniforms, and the demon-possessed that are flying around in helicopter. That's exactly what is occurring right now. It's 9:53 p.m. and doing so, I'm preparing to upload my what I documented coming from the library onto the internet. The entity is sounding helicopter activity, just as I captured in video, not only last night, but the night before that as well. The entity continuously is engaging in what is group stalking by helicopter. That's an ongoing established pattern of conduct by the government, the state of California. That's exactly what those demons are doing. The people of the state are stalking where it is that I sleep, following me every step that I go, from when I get up in the morning to wherever it is I go, and I'm there all day, stalking all day wherever it is that I remain, and following me back to wherever it is that I go. All right, and that's what that's what the people are doing. That's exactly what those two fat, overweight minions are doing while they're looking the opposite direction because they don't want me to get their faces, while I'm documenting the fact that they're stalking while they're standing in directed light, and they're standing in the path while the state is stalking by helicopter. Okay, it is currently 9:54 p.m. and this is P.O.C.